And we welcome you once again to SCFA football here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Week 9 here. Mike Cepeda, Joe Soriano with you. Canyons hosting Cerritos. And the National Northern Division starting to take a little shape here, Joe.
A little bit, but still a lot to be determined before this thing's all said and done. But big game tonight for the Cougars taking on Cerritos that comes to town at 3-4. But, you know, always well coached, always dangerous. Had Bakersfield on the ropes last week. And the Cougars will need this win tonight to stay in the running for the championship.
Cerritos played Bakersfield very tough, and Bakersfield only with one loss on the season. That was to Riverside, number 2 in the SCFA. What can you say about Andrew Brito? Offensive Player of the Week in the SCFA in the National Northern Division. 4 touchdowns last week, 395 yards, no picks, and a completion percentage of 69%. What else can you say about the kid? He's a stud.
He deserved every bit of that Player of the Week, and he's really starting to play well. One of the things we talked about early in the season is his percentage of completion, and he's upped that over the last couple weeks. And, he's in the top 5 in yardage, top 5 in touchdowns, and just really, really playing well for a freshman all the way from New Jersey out here, doesn't know anybody, and he's really settled in and is leading this program.
Yeah, we led with the fact that this is a big game for College of the Canyons. Well, the Cougars don't have any margin for error. They've already dropped a game in conference that was to Ventura, another powerhouse in the SCFA this year, and they seem to always be. But Canyons trying to make a mark for themselves, and, well, if they can run the table here in the National North the rest of the way, if they can dispatch the likes of Bakersfield and the likes of Cerritos, that sets up a very interesting conversation come committee time in seeding for the SCFA playoffs.
Absolutely, because the Cougars right now sit second in the Northern Division, but behind Bakersfield and Ventura, undefeated, but still have to play each other.
Right.
And then the Cougars will get a shot at Bakersfield. So still a lot of stuff up in the air, but you got to take them one at a time. And this is a game tonight they have to have, or all bets are off for what will happen.
Absolutely,
down the road.
It's not just about winning the National North. It's also about a possible wild card situation when you talk about the Final Four for the 4 that may advance to the state championship game. Coming up at 6 p.m., it's the Falcons and the Cougars here on SoCal College Sports. Stay tuned. SCFA triple header here tonight on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Go to our website, www.SoCalCollegeSports.com. You can catch all 3 games. It's Canyons and Cerritos, Ventura at Moore Park, and West LA at ELAC. You can also go to our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1, and if you want to give us a shout out at SoCal College SPO. Love to hear from you.
Under the steeple, let's open our eyes and get above the floor. No more bodies in the
Good evening. Welcome to College of the Canyons, Cougar Stadium, as we get ready for kickoff between the Cougars and the Cerritos Falcons. Joe Soriano, Mike Cepeda with you. A very important National Division Northern Conference game, Mike, and one that the Cougars cannot let get away from them tonight as they get ready for kickoff. They won the toss and will defer to receive in the second half. Louis Ucb and the Cougar kickoff team getting ready to start the ball game here. And deep for the Falcons, number 10, number 9. Okay. We've got a lot of numbers changes, I think, for the Falcons.
This is Kelvin Murray.
Boom. He's wrapped up and tripped up right up above the 20, gets out to the 22 where the Falcons will take over. And quarterbacking will be Isaiah Bravo, and he'll be stepping in for the injured Quentin Davis, I believe, who had been the starter, Mike.
Yeah, a bit of a revolving door at quarterback for Cerritos on the season. Just still trying to find some kind of an identity, and really, this is a grinded out type of team. They come in 3-4, impressive showing last week at home versus Bakersfield, but Bakersfield able to rally and get that win.
Bravo wants to throw on first down. He wants to go deep on the near sideline. Pretty good coverage out there. Knocked away and almost intercepted at the last minute. Pretty good coverage out there by DeAndre Henderson.
Yeah, Vukabradov had a beat on it off of the deflection, unable to make a play on it, but pretty good coverage. And Chokomezi, that's their go-to guy in the passing game. He can really blow the top off of the defense. We saw him last year on SoCalCollegeSports.com at Riverside, had a big game versus the Tigers, and we all know that Tigers all very good year in and year out, number 2 right now in the SCFA. And we saw the speed in that play as well. Ball a little underthrown.
So now he'll go under center is Bravo. He'll turn. He'll give it to first man through. He's kind of hit immediately at the line by a host of blue jerseys. And he'll pick up a couple. That'll bring up 3rd and long for the Falcons. And on the run was David Walker. So the Cougars, as we said, still alive for this conference championship, but they've got to win week in and week out, and they need some help.
Yeah, as far as that goes, they're not in control of their own destiny. They're going to have the cards and the chips, fall as they may, and they're going to need a couple breaks to go in their favor. But right now looking pretty good, and obviously been a very good season for Coach Iasende and company.
Justin Garrett is in motion, the leading receiver for the Falcons. And Bravo's going to have to scramble. He's rolling left, and he is going to be dragged down on the far sideline, short of the first down. It was a nice pursuit.
Eric Banks.
By, as you said, Eric Banks. Let's set the starters for the Cougar defense quickly. Bobby Brown's a free safety. Shadrick Lowry is a safety. Darius Vukabradov, the other safety. Linebackers are KJ Latu, Alonzo Reeves. The corners are DeAndre Henderson and Khalid Taylor. Eric Banks, Dorian Gerald, Juice Uwachukwu, and Chris Fainga up front. And that'll bring on the punt team for the Falcons. And deep for the Cougars, Brandon Pierce, along with, looks like DeShazer.
Yeah. Well, in addition to Andrew Brito and how good of a game he had, Brandon Pierce was a focal point on offense. We see him right here.
Got a little room up to 40-45 into Falcon territory, looking for a block. Finally run out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way inside the Falcon 40 down to the 37. So a nice return by Brandon Pierce, making his presence felt early.
Well, Joe, we talked about it last week. Pierce made the transition from defensive back to wide receiver, and he made his presence known immediately. Very dynamic after the catch.
Here comes the Cougar offense, led by, as you said, player of the week last week, Andrew Brito from Paramus Catholic in New Jersey. They're going to go no backs here, trips to the near side. Twins to the far side. We'll set the offense soon here, but Brito all by himself. In motion. That's Pierce. Now he wants to throw. He's going to go deep on the far side. They open his RB. Marlowe caught. Touchdown. Boom. Right off the bat. Brito picking up where he left off last week.
He just throws an absolute bullet, and we've talked about this kid's arm before here, Joe, and that is just right on the money, in stride, in for 6. And the Cougars strike first.
Could not have been a better throw, and Marlowe with a great route.
Yeah, we'll see it one more time here on the replay. Just a good play call. Trips to the left and coming underneath and going right up R.B. Marlowe.
You see beyond for the PAT, and it's blocked. This can be returned, but it's going to get away, and it'll get down in the end zone, so no good on the conversion. So listen to this, Mike. R.B. Marlowe now has 17 receptions on the season, 6 of them for touchdowns. 6 out of 17. Big play guy.
That's efficiency, Holmes.
Big play guy. And what a great start for the Cougar offense.
Deshaun Holmes is pretty good himself.
Absolutely, the leading receiver, numbers-wise. We talked about the player of the week. I want to give a shout-out to his parents back in New Jersey, Mike, who are watching and listening. Merla Brito, Anthony Brito, his mom and dad. We want to say hello to them. And he asked if we'd say hi to Sarah Griner, his lady friend.
All right.
But hello, New Jersey. Coming to you from a very warm Santa Clarita evening here.
Very warm.
So the Cougars strike one play, punch it in, R.B. Marlowe from the beautiful pass from Andrew Brito. And that'll bring on the kickoff team once again. I didn't get a chance to introduce the offensive starters.
I'm sure you'll have plenty of time at some point.
So Cerritos a little shell-shocked here.
Well, this is not an uncommon occurrence here. Watching COC this season, they have just been lights out, outside of a couple of games, and even in those couple of games versus Fullerton, the number 1 team in the nation, and then Ventura, the only 2 losses on the season for the Cougars. They were still impressive.
This will be brought up by Stearns. He's hit and dropped just up around the 20, so nice kick coverage. The Cougars come in averaging just a hair below 300 yards a game in passing and 188 yards on the ground, almost 500 yards a game, so excellent offensively.
Yeah.
We've got a player down.
Yeah, Dabashi with a huge hit.
They're going to tend to him.
See if we can find out. Well, big night of sports here in Southern California. The Dodgers in the World Series Game 4, and they're down 2-1.
2-1 already?
No, 2-1 in the series.
Oh, 2-1 in the series. Don't scare me like that, Mike. Like, what game are you watching?
Hey, that was accurate. I was referring to the series score, not the current score.
That shows you where mine – And, of course, UCLA already in action today. That game is over, but USC coming up tonight at Arizona State, the late game.
How did UCLA do in that game?
They got blown out. Washington. I think it was 44-22 or something like that.
Well, my household's a USC household, so that's why.
All right. Well, you'll get to catch the tail end of the game tonight. So we'll see.
Not a great showing last week versus Notre Dame, but
that's a pretty good Notre Dame team.
Yeah.
So they're going to slowly get him to his feet.
Yeah, it looks like a lower leg injury, and obviously you hate to see that so early in the ball game or at any point really. But
so they'll help him off. Hate to see that. Putting no weight on it whatsoever.
Yeah, that's Jason Nettles, the defensive end.
So here comes the Falcon offense for their second drive. They went 3 and out on the first go-round.
Titus Tauta.
Q Hall is the
injured
running
player.
back. Okay. Q Hall in the backfield along with Bravo. Trips to the near side. 1st and 10 at the 22. Bravo wants to throw. That's going to be high, but caught and brought down. That's Justin Garrett. And he went up the ladder to get it. Nice catch.
He really did. That's a perfect description. We'll watch the replay here. That's just a really nice catch. Throw takes a little long to get there, but, man.
Pickup of about 7. We'll call it 2nd and 3 at the 29.
Talk about catching that at the high point. Impressive.
And Garrett's not a very big guy, but did a great job going to get it. Bravo goes from under center now. This will be Q Hall, the running back, on that delay. He's wrapped up and brought down pretty quickly. Very short gain, if any.
Yeah, the run defense for the Cougars has been pretty stingy the last few weeks.
They come into the ball game giving up 138 yards on the ground on average. 12:09 to go right here in the first quarter. The PAT was blocked. The Cougars lead 6-0. 3rd and 3 for the Falcons. Bravo and Hall. Bravo wants to throw. He looks, fires over the middle. It's caught. The big receiver. That'll be enough for a first down.
That's a good decisive throw there. Pass complete to the tight end, Kevin Ventura Cortez.
He's a big guy, 6'6", 220.
Yeah, he looks big out there.
Out of Savannah. So first down for the Falcons. They move the chains for the first time. We'll move it up to the 38. Brings up 1st and 10.
Yeah, Ventura Cortez in the tall man frat for sure.
Saw him on the sidelines. I was down talking to Coach Mazzotta. He walked by, and he's impressive. Bravo under center. Wants to throw. Pressure. Looking. Scacked, and he'll go down. I think that's Dorian Gerald. It is.
You're right.
Leads the Cougars in sacks and tackles for losses. Came into the ballgame with 7 sacks, 13.5 tackles for loss, and he'll rack up another.
Yeah, one of the leaders in the state as well. And, we've talked about the talent, obviously going to the SEC next year, and just a highly coveted recruit.
Plays with high energy. So 2nd now and about 17, maybe 18, back to the 31. Bravo will give it to Hall. He's up the middle, and he's got a couple yards, but not much more. Alonzo Reeves, along with Juice, in on that tackle. So great job by those guys. Defensive starters.
Noel Iwachukwu, just so impressive this season. You pair that type of athleticism with Dorian Gerald. We talked with Coach Iasenda earlier in the season. These are 2 defensive linemen that run with wide receivers. How do you like to have that embarrassment of riches up front defensively?
5.5 tackles for loss and 1.5 sacks for Juice on the season. 3rd and 13. Bravo wants to fire out here in the flat. It's caught up near the 40, 45, and up near the first down. This will depend on the spot.
I don't think he got it.
They're going to spot him short, about a yard short.
He's going to be a yard short. That's a nice play defensively.
That was Justin Garrett. 4 down. Let's see if there's 4 down territory for Coach Frank Mazzotta, who is in his 40th season as the head coach at Cerritos College.
Look at the spot here. That's a pretty good spot. He goes out right before the marker.
4th and 1. See if they try to draw him off or run a play. 40 years for Frank Mazzotta at Cerritos.
I mean, you got to keep your defense fresh as much as possible.
Quick kick by Bravo.
Not bad.
No one deep, so it's going to get a good roll for the Falcons. Look at this. Down around the 3-yard line, so great job. And the Cougar offense will be backed up as they start their second drive. 9:09 to go. The Cougars lead 6-0.
That's a pretty good job of flipping the field there, Joe.
Absolutely.
Perfect execution. Obviously, a yard short and, just a tough decision to make, but they make the right one, and they get a pretty good bounce out of it.
So the starters, Andrew Brito, of course, is your quarterback. Keelan White is the running back. Ethan Lazarick as a wideout. Schuessler is the tight end. Jaron Pierce is in the slot, and Deshaun Holmes, another wideout.
We talked about the performances last week. We talked about Pierce and Darren Pierce and his Brandon Pierce.
Brandon Pierce, right. The converted corner.
Yeah.
Brito wants to go deep again looking for Deshaun Holmes, just out of the outstretched arms. Wow, what arm strength by Brito. I don't think people quite realize, and this isn't a knock, just that his stature, he does things that you don't expect from a guy who's listed at 5'10", 170.
Is he the Jose Altuve of the Cougars?
Let's not give Altuve any more props than he's already getting.
Not a popular man here in the booth. Well respected,
he's too good.
Though,
he's too good.
As is Andrew Brito.
That's the problem. So that'll bring up 2nd 10 on the incompletion. Split receivers now on each side. There goes Pierce in motion. They're going to give it to White. He's up the middle. He's got a little bit of room. Zigzagging his way forward. He'll be up near the 12-yard line. Just short of the first down. Will bring up 3rd. Keelan White, the leading rusher for the Cougars, and he's having himself a season.
Yeah, and Joe, and that's the point that I was trying to make last time out as Schuessler checks into the ball game here on for Jaron Pierce. But Keelan White, how about his performance last week? And he was not feeling very well early on in that ball game. He had a Willie Beeman type moment early on, and then absolutely gashed Moore Park for big chunk plays.
3rd and 1. Burrito is going to give the shovel, and that'll be enough for the first down on the completion.
Yeah, Schuessler on the shovel.
And first down, Cougars. So Keelan White comes in averaging, get this, Mike, just a hair below 9 yards a carry, 8 touchdowns, and just about 94 yards a game. So heck of a season for that young man.
This is a replay of that play. Schuessler, pretty good job. It's thrown behind him on the shovel pass. It's really good penetration defensively.
First and 10. Burrito throws on the far side. I think that's Lazarick out there. He's, again, zigzags his way out there. He'll be short of the first. Ethan Lazarick had a heck of a ball game last week. 5 catches, I believe.
Flag on the field. I think this one's coming back.
Let me give you the starters up front for the Cougars. Your left tackle is Alex Rockwell, and Miguel Garcia will both play. The left guard is Travis Bird. The center is Tate Renaud. The right guard is Christian Conscious. And the right tackle is Carlton Lorenz. And so what was the call, Mike?
Meanwhile, it's a personal foul penalty going against Cerritos. So
wow, that's a big break for the Cougars.
Pretty good start defensively where you had them. You had them 2nd and 10 at their own 3-yard line, but now
you're up at the 38.
Moving the chains, and they get a little bit of a gimme here.
First down for the Cougars. White stays in. Burrito in the shotgun. Bad snap, but he wants to roll left. Looking. He fires, and it's intercepted at the 35-yard line. And still on his feet. Devin Burrell, he's got some room on the far side. Jukes one guy. The last guy to get him is Keelan White, knocks him out of bounds.
So it's just a poor decision here from Burrito here. He has a man underneath, and he elects to look for Jaron Pierce over the top. And I think with that, he didn't know which Pierce to throw it to.
Right.
Because he had Brandon and Jaron.
Devin Burrell, a nice job staying on his feet.
See it from the end zone camera now, a little bit at the end. That's one heck of a run by Burrell at the end there.
Yes, it is.
And Cerritos in business right here. One thing they do well, especially in conference play, extra points, that might be a factor later on. So intended for a Pierce, Brandon or Jaron.
Right.
And it's intercepted.
First and 10 for Bravo and the Falcons. He fires a man open. That's caught at the 15, or down around the 10 inside near the 6-yard line. And that is number 17.
That's Kennedy.
Zenovian Kennedy.
Zenovian,
there you go. 5'9", 165. Nice job going over the middle. And Cerritos in business with a 1st and goal at the 7-yard line of the Cougars.
Bravo, one heck of a throw there, and we see an absolute bullet. See the replay here. He just fires it in, finds his target, moves the chains.
2 receivers now. Q Hall along with Vincent Brown. Bravo wants to throw again. He looks left, got some pressure, looking, throws it out of bounds, and a nice job there. Pressure came from Alonzo Reeves, blitzing from his linebacker spot.
Yeah, right now the defense has to make a play and respond, and you expect the usual suspects: Reeves, Gerald, Iwachukwu, Juice.
2nd and goal now. 6:46 to go in the first. Cougars lead 6-0. So Burrito with no turnovers last week. He throws an interception here in the first quarter, and Cerritos trying to capitalize. Now Bravo's under center. Brown in the backfield. He'll turn. He'll give it to Brown. He's hit immediately and breaks one tackle, but then coming up and finishing him off, doing a great job for the Cougars, was number 21, Chadrick Lowry Jr. So Cougars putting on some defense here these first 2 downs, and they're going to lose 2 back to the 9. So got to think this is a passing situation for Bravo and the Falcons. Look for Justin Garrett here. He's his top receiver.
Yeah.
He's split on the far side. Near side for us. Bravo looking his way. He fires over the middle high, and it's incomplete. So he wanted to go over the middle. Lonzo Reeves had some coverage, and he was going to Garrett, but that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, he talked about how Garrett, not exactly all that big, not much of a red zone target, but plays bigger than he actually is, unable to sky for that one. Not a lot of touch from Bravo on that pass either. So something that Bravo would
Good
want to
point.
work on moving forward, because that was an absolute bullet that didn't need to be.
Humberto Avila is your kicker.
Avila's been very good here in conference play.
This will be a 26-yard attempt. Kick is up. It's low liner, and it is no good. So Avila misses as he came in 4 out of 6 on field goals with a 35-yard long, but he misses on that one.
Well, check out the replay here, Joe.
And the Cougars dodge a bullet.
So it went left and
Never got there.
Just a little left.
So the offense will take over. So Brito turns it over, but none less for the wear, and the Cougars will get it back.
And one thing the Falcons have to do tonight if they're going to stay in it is capitalize on turnovers. Unable to do so there.
Yeah.
And, well, they did everything right except for put points on the board.
You play good teams, you got to take advantage of opportunities.
Well, they did that early last week. In fact, through 3 quarters, they had a lead at halftime, and then Bakersfield finally showed up in the 4th.
Brito and White, 1st and 10 at the 20. He'll give it to White. He's trying to get to the near side. Turns the corner, 25. Flag's going to bring it back. He steps out of bounds.
That's going to go against R.B. Marlowe, holding his block a little bit too long. Allowed White to get the edge, but he held.
Tough to do that right in front of the linesman as well. So.
Yeah.
Spot foul. They'll bring it back 10 from that spot.
Yeah, it should be 1st and 15 coming up. First and 14.
Yeah,
Looks
he
like
was,
it's going to have
he was
to happen,
upfield a little
6 yards up the field.
So it'll happen at the 16 is where they'll spot it for, as you said, 1st and 14. Now they'll go back to no backs.
Look for Lazarick here up top at your screen.
Pearson motion. Brito drops. Going to try to throw the screen. He's got it out here to Jaron Pierce, but not much blocking going on out there. He does pick up the original 5 or thereabouts up to the 21.
It's a pretty brutal hit there.
It was.
Pierce takes a shot, comes across a motion, then back against the grain on the screen.
Well, unfortunately, both linemen who were out there to lead, both of them missed their blocks, and that left Pierce kind of exposed.
Yeah.
So 2nd and 9 from the 21. Deshaun Holmes by himself on the near side. And you've got Pierce, R.B. Marlowe, and Lazarick on the far side. Brito looking for Holmes, fires. That's a tough throw, and it's complete.
That's a tough catch. I mean, that is
great
in
coverage.
traffic. Yeah, the coverage is there. Just a better throw and catch. Brito to Holmes.
They love to get Holmes isolated on either the near side.
Fulmer on the coverage, and let's look at this one more time here, Joe. We'll see it on the replay.
And you can't really cover it any better than that. The ball was just
he's just right
placed.
there. He tries to jump the route.
Yep, he did.
Unable to do so. And
he came through without the ball, as they say. And now we've got 3rd and 2 at the 28. Again, trips to the far side. This time, Schussler is in the tight end on the near spot. Tight end or timeout, Cougars.
Cougars take a timeout. We will do the same. Back in a moment. 3rd and 2 coming up for the Cougs.
Back to Cougar Stadium as Andrew Brito, 3rd and 2, scrambling for his life, and he's just going to throw it out of bounds and away. So good pressure brought by the Falcons, and that's going to force a punt. I wasn't quite sure what he was trying to do, but whatever it was thwarted by the Falcon rush.
Yeah, Falcons do a pretty good job of getting a push on that play. We'll see the replay here. So bring an extra man. Brito just unable to really do anything.
Well, they've got the defensive player of the week from last week. We haven't really talked much about that.
Well, I mean, we talked about it in the pregame for sure. PJ Naufahu, and as you said, National Northern Conference Player of the Week versus Bakersfield in a loss. You don't often see that, but PJ made himself known last week, and here's a fair catch, going to back the Falcons up to their own 29-yard line. That's where they will take over.
Travis Reiner is the Cougar punter, averaging 40 yards a punt, having a very good season. So the Falcons get it back at about the 29-yard line, their own 29. Trailing 6-0, 4:11 to go here in the first quarter.
Happy you've joined us, everybody. Be sure to spread the word, www.SoCalCollegeSports.com. We have a triple header tonight. West LA at ELAC, East Los Angeles, and then Ventura at Moore Park. And, of course, this game right here, Cerritos and College of the Canyons.
Bravo will go under center. Turns, gives it to the first man through a little bit of a hole over the left side. That's number 3, Ramondre Stevenson, second leading rusher for the Falcons, with his first carry of the ball game, and he picks up. He got about 5.
Yeah, he's a big boy, tough to bring down, much like you see Keelan White, big boy in a tough load in the middle of that line. 6'1", freshman, 230 from Centennial, Nevada.
Up at the 34. Now Bravo go back to the shotgun. Stevenson still back there with him. He'll get it again over the left side. Falls forward, as you said, big load. That'll be enough for a first down. So first down Falcons as they keep it on the ground. Right at the 40-yard line. Cougar defense usually pretty stout against the run.
Oh, we talked about it. You know, I believe you brought up the stat, 138 yards per game allowed on the season, and a lot more yardage early on versus in recent memory.
Right. So trips to the far side for Bravo. 1st and 10. He's going to give it to Stevenson again over the left side. He jukes the corner. And Vuka Brodov had a shot at him. And
yeah, so did Juice. If you watch here on the replay here, Joe, Juice has, he has him in his mitts.
Right there, just overran. And then Vuka Brodov comes inside out.
And credit to Stevenson. Stevenson does a good job of getting the edge and picking up a good chunk.
Another
on that
5
one.
yards. Henderson runs them out, but it'll bring up second down.
He'll take a 5-yard carry on first down.
Sure. Trips now to the near side. Bravo and Stevenson. Bravo looks left. He's going to go deep. One-on-one coverage out there. Excellent coverage, and the ball is overthrown anyway. So
that's Khalid Taylor. And
nice job out there.
We've talked about the transition of Taylor to cornerback from running back. Just very impressive last week. Did have a couple of miscues, but all in all, a very impressive performance. I believe he had an interception, a fumble recovery.
Fumble recovery, yep. Had a big special teams hit, I think.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Just all over the place. And Khalid Taylor, he was making his case for SCFA Player of the Week.
Yes, he was. 3rd and 5 now for the Falcons. The Cougars will rush 4, at least for now. Bravo throws backside pressure, and down he goes. Nice job. And that's Juice.
Iwachukwu.
So
no doubt about it there.
Boy, 2 tough ends to block in Gerald and Juice. And he gets the sack, and that brings up 4th down.
Yeah, he gets a sack. He gets in a hurry. Watch him just turn the corner, and no chance for Bravo. Sit down.
Just a speed rush off the edge. Leroy DeShazer along with Brandon Pierce deep for the punt. And this one's going to be Pierce up at the dangerous.
Yeah.
Had a lot of traffic there, but he hangs on, and they'll move it up to about the 30-yard line for the Cougars. 1:40 to go here in the first quarter. The Cougars lead 6-0. So far, Cougar defense has stepped up big when they've had to.
It's been a common theme here this season.
So Brito will shake off the interception and give it another go here.
Scores from around the SCFA in some of the earlier games. Fullerton winner over Palomar big. That was on the road, 56-10. Orange Coast goes down to Golden West. Big win for the Rustlers, 56-13. Riverside beats El Camino by 3 at El Camino, 45-42.
Keelan White up the middle, and he's hit and shoved backwards. Pickup of 2, so good job by the Falcon D there.
And I got to tell you, El Camino 4-4 on the season. They are the best 4-4 team in the state.
Their 4 losses can't be by more than 10 points or something.
And they are in a very tough conference.
Yes,
you have the likes
are.
of Long Beach, Riverside, and Mount Sac, and they have given all those teams all that they can handle and more.
2nd 8 for Brito and the Cougars. We have some movement, and there's a flag down. Deshaun Holmes catches it and is run out of bounds on the near side. Let's see what the flag is.
I think it's going to be somebody lined up in the neutral zone. Flag came out fairly early. It looks like there was some indecision. Could go either way here, Joe. Yep. Yeah, so you got to take the 5 yards.
Right. To keep the second down, right. Because Holmes was short of the first.
Yep.
So I'll move it up to the 37, brings up 2nd and 3. Marlowe in motion. They're going to give it to him on the fly sweep. He's trying to get outside, chop down. He'll be short of the first down. Nice open field tackle on the far side.
Really, really nice effort to make a play on that because Marlowe has a huge head of steam. So we see here him on the jet sweep. Making the play there, that was Alex Fulmer.
So Schussler will come in. Jaron Pierce checks out. 3rd and 1 as the clock runs as we wind down the first quarter.
Joe, you and I have talked about Schussler and the matchup problems that he tends to create. But that type of skilled body on a linebacker, and he can block.
Brito's got it himself. He's going to get tripped up. He tries to put it down.
It's
No, they're going to call it down. And he will be short of the first from where they're lining up the spot.
Man, that was really dangerous here, Joe. Let's see the replay.
He's trying to stretch out to get a spot, but and the ball, the ground is what caused it.
Yeah.
So they're going to spot it down. But he's short. It's going to bring up 4th down. And end of the first quarter.
One more time here on replay. He needed the 40, and he didn't get it.
Didn't get it. 6-0 Cougars lead at the end of 1 here at Cougar Stadium on the campus of College of the Canyons. Game being brought to you by SoCal College Sports and College of the Canyons football. Welcome back to Cougar Stadium. We get ready to start the second quarter. The Cougars lead 6-0, and Travis Reiner in to punt. He's going to kick it deep to Luis Aguilar. Fair caught, and that actually is Dior Denson.
How about the job of Brendan Williams getting down there as the gunner? I mean, he gets there in a hurry and really is the cause.
Well, you know, as a punt returner, your eyes are looking at the field to see who's making a torpedo line for you.
Yeah, look at number 7 at the bottom. He really forces that fair catch there.
And yep, exactly. You see that guy coming, you're not going to take a chance, and he's going to blow you up. So you put the hand up and prevent you from going anywhere.
Yeah,
so Good kick, pins him deep down
You don't want to be on the receiving end of a hit that would make Ronnie Lott proud.
at the 12. Second man through, a big hole up the middle, Juke's second guy, and that is Ramondre Stevenson, Ramondre. He'll get all the way up to the 47-yard line. Nice run by Stevenson.
Yeah, they forgot about Dre on that run. Look at the hole up the middle here. That's a terrific job up front, and we have seen the Cougars get gashed at times for big chunk runs when they fall asleep. Sometimes they do have a tendency of losing focus, sometimes looking to press the edge a little bit too much, and that opens up holes in the middle. We see it right there, and Stevenson off to the races, big chunk play.
Bobby Brown, the free safety, ended up on the ground, and you got to keep your feet when you're the last line. Bravo's going to give it Stevenson again. This time he's hit and wrapped up. He's still on his feet, but finally brought down.
Yeah,
That was Earl English on the initial contact.
Lucky to just get back to the line of scrimmage. And we talked about it. When they're focused and they're locked in, not a lot of people can run on this team.
No gain there. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Actually, they're going to lose a yard. The marker just hasn't. The ball spotted it just outside the 46.
That's a short 11.
Yep. Now Bravo in the shotgun. Trips. He's going to fake it. He wants to throw, rolling right, looking. Finally tries to throw it forward. He's hit on the backside and brought down. I think it's going to be an incomplete pass, but coming all the way over was Eric Banks, and he got the pressure.
Yeah, it looked like Banks and also English in pursuit there on the backside.
Good coverage downfield, obviously, because Bravo had nowhere to go with it. So 3rd and a short 11, as you said, Mike.
This is potentially 4-down territory here at midfield, Joe.
Q Hall.
I think if you pick up 6 or 7 yards, you might be inclined to go for it.
Bravo fires on the far side, is caught over the head, but hit and dropped immediately by Garrett is on the catch, and DeAndre Henderson on the coverage. Be 2 yards short, so here you go, Mike, just as you said. It looks like the offense will stay on the field.
Well, we saw the pooch punt earlier. Do they utilize that option again, or do they actually go for it this time?
It's at the 45 of the Cougars. Empty set, no backs.
Keep an eye out for Ventura Cortez.
The big tight end. He's in the slot on the far side. Bravo again with the pooch. And again, nobody back there. And this time it takes a little bit of a Cougar bounce. They'll knock it down about the 16 or 17-yard line.
Well,
So-
not the same result, but either way, Cerritos able to flip the field, and now Cougars have to dig themselves out of a little bit of a field position hole.
I thought they might go for that there. A little surprised they went with the pooch again. They had a little bit of success running the ball with Stevenson.
Well, I mean, did they have success, or did the Cougars just fall asleep?
Jalen Logan is your running back now, along with Brito in the backfield. Deshaun Holmes and Jaron Pierce on the near side. Brito wants to throw. He fires out on the far. Ooh, hit and dropped immediately is R.B. Marlowe, but he'll hold on to the football and pick up about 6.
Marlowe takes a shot from Josh Caldwell. And let's see if we can see that one more time, because that hit was brutal.
Great job hanging on to the ball. So ball spotted up at the 23. 2nd and 4. In motion is Marlowe. They're going to fake it. The ball's on the ground. Marlowe picks it up. He's got a little room on the far side, turns the corner, but he's dragged down and just short of the line of scrimmage. So, they dodged a bullet there.
Well, disaster turns into just not all that great, but Marlowe able to make something out of nothing. It's going to be 3rd and 6, looks like.
Spotted inside the 22. Trips to the near side now. Logan still in at running back, and Schussler's not in. Over the middle looking for Marlowe, and that's caught at the 35. Marlowe looking for a block at the 40. Up near the 43-yard line goes R.B. Marlowe.
Well,
He's off to a hot start.
He really is. Marlowe feeling it right now. That is just good recognition there.
Look at his arm strength.
Well, look at the arm strength. You know, what's the Cardinals sit in football? Being late over the middle? Well, he was late, but so was the defense because the arm just gets there too quick.
Up to the 42 go the Cougars. First down.
Well, we talked about Brito and the arm strength. He's a dual sport athlete, plays baseball as well. You could probably imagine what the position is. Yeah, he's a pitcher.
He's a pitcher.
Let's see what the gun has him clocked at.
Timeout, Cougars. So they didn't like what they saw. I think the Falcons were showing blitz. 10:50 to go in the first quarter. The Cougars lead 6-0. And we'll take a break and be right back with you with SCFA football on SoCal College Sports. Back to Cougar Stadium, College of the Canyons and Cerritos College. 1st and 10 for the Cougars at the 42. Empty set. Now we got Pierce in motion. Brito wants to throw. He's got pressure. He rolls back to his left, looking. He fires. He's got Deshaun Holmes, but he underthrows it, and it's nearly intercepted and should have been intercepted.
Yeah, that was Stanley Norman, and Norman was all over it. And that's a ball that's underthrown. You don't often hear that in describing an Andrew Brito ball.
Well,
that was
his eyes were bigger than his arm on that play.
I think you're exactly right. That's a great description there, Joe.
Yeah.
And this is shades of what we saw versus Antelope Valley, and he completed that pass to a wide-open Schussler in the end zone, and Holmes has his man beat down the field, but the throw just not enough on it to get it over the defensive back, and Norman makes a play. Nearly made a beautiful catch with an interception.
Should have been
but
caught.
Unable to come up with it.
2nd and 10 now. Brito again looks to throw. Now he's got on the far side. That's DeShazer, who carries the defender up near the first down marker. They're going to give him the first down. Nice job by DeShazer.
That's a good spot. DeShazer, really nice play there, falling forward. How about the ball just gets there so quick. What do you do as a defense? I mean, you're at the mercy of the completion.
Into the Falcon territory at the 48.
And this is danger time for Cerritos because if Andrew Brito starts to get in a rhythm, he hasn't found it yet. It's going to be a long night or a short one.
He's going to give it to Logan over the left side. He's got a hole at the 45, bounces it outside of the 40, run out of bounds inside the 35, and that is enough for a first down for Jalen Logan.
Look at this run here from Logan. Logan takes a bit of a hesitation step, lets the block develop, and then bursts through. Hesitation, boom, right there. Makes a move, dips a shoulder. There is a flag on the field. This
it was
coming
DeShazer.
Oh.
I saw it on the replay. I didn't see it live, but DeShazer. Oh, actually, your left tackle. I thought they got DeShazer.
No, they get Miguel Garcia. And Garcia, his first week back after missing some time with a lower leg injury. Good to see him out there. And shout out to the family watching from across the land here.
Where were they? We shouted them out last week.
Believe they're in Texas.
Texas. I want to say Texas. That's right.
And they're in a couple other states. I'd have to check the emails here.
Maybe they'll send us another one. Back to the 42. Now it's 1st and 20 for the Cougars. Brito drops. He fires out here. It's caught by Brandon Pierce trying to make a move. And a nice breaks the one tackle and then bounces himself out of bounds. So Pierce making some things happen. Get it back up to the 48. We'll bring up 2nd and about 13, maybe 14. Short 14. Brandon Pierce's first catch of the night. First game at wide receiver was last week. Caught a touchdown, had a big game. And they're expecting big things from him as we continue on through the season.
Yeah, Ricardo Garcia, watching from Uvalde, Texas.
Uvalde, Texas. 2nd and 14 now. Schussler in. Brito looking, got some pressure, and he's not going to be – he is going to escape. Spins out of another one, looking, fires, and it's caught on the near sideline. That's Logan, the receiver.
How did that even happen?
Wait, now they're going to say incomplete. Now they're going to say, was he out of bounds?
From the far side here. Well, let's look at the replay. We're going to have a pretty good shot of this here, Joe. If you look at the replay here, what an unbelievable job by Brito to keep this play alive. He should have been sacked twice.
Amazing. Are they saying he was juggling? Look at the guy that's making the call was back at the goal line.
No,
how do you?
Here's the thing. I think he established that he stepped out of bounds first. If you look real quick here, I can't see it. I believe he stepped out of bounds momentarily and then stepped back in, tiptoe.
All right.
And that was the call that came in. I think that's the correct call.
He came from way out of the picture, but if he saw it, he saw it. 3rd and 14 now for the Cougars.
Hey, you pick up 6 or 7, Cougars might go for it.
Showing blitz. There's the draw to Logan. He's got a big hole over the left side. He's at the 40. Bounces back inside 35, 34-yard line. 1st down, Cougars. So big hole on that left side, Mike.
Yeah, how about you just go ahead and just pick up the play here, or pick up the 1st down with a big chunk play, and Logan with one heck of a run. And look at this vacuum of a hole here as Garcia in tandem with Travis Bird open up a massive hole, pick up the 1st down.
It's a great call because obviously they were thinking, what do we got? We have a flag down
on the field.
On
this
the
is
near
the play
sideline.
that we just missed here, Joe.
Right. It was the quick. He wanted to go. Again, pretty good coverage down there. Receiver ahead of Deshaun.
Yeah, I think that's a free play. I think maybe a substitution infraction on Cerritos. Brito got that one off really, really quick.
So that was the free play. They gave it a shot.
Why not?
But the 1st down run, great job by Logan. The Falcons were thinking pass all the way. So now Schussler will check in for Brandon Pierce. Should be 1st and 5. 8:42 to go here in the 2nd quarter. 6-0 Cougars lead. Move it up to the 29-yard line of the Falcons. So Pierce now will come back to the near side along with Holmes and Schussler at the tight end. Up there at top by himself is Lazarick.
Watch out for Schussler here on the pass.
Brito drops, looks, fires. Schussler, there he is.
Oh.
Did he hang on to that?
He did. No.
He did.
What?
Incomplete. Wow, it looked like he had it. We took a shot. Did Hunter Schussler.
Where's the incompletion? I don't see the ball hit the deck, and he just takes a shot. There's that.
Yep, there it is on the ground. Good call. 2nd and 5. So Falcons.
Brito's got to do a better job of keeping his man out of harm's way. Schussler takes a shot.
Trips now to the near side. Brito will give it to Logan. He's trying to cut back. He does. He has a 1st down and then some. 20, 10, dragged down around the 7-yard line. Jalen Logan is having himself a drive.
You know what? How about a shout-out to the lineman, and how about a shout-out again to the Garcia family? Guess which side they're running to? Miguel Garcia's
Number 71.
side. Look at this hole on the left side of the line. He makes two blocks on that play, and Logan off to the races. Have a drive.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line. Logan will stay in. Lazarick and Pierce on the far side. And they'll fake it. Brito wants to run it himself. He's trying to get upfield, dancing. Ooh, and he takes a shot on the far side, but he'll be inside the 5.
Well, that's a bit of that RPO offense that we talked about earlier in the season here, Joe. And
yep.
The option was Brito, and RPO, for those of you who don't know, run pass option. So the quarterback has an option to run it or pass it or keep it himself in that scenario. I think he was just like, hey, Garcia's got himself a bit of a drive going here. I want in on that action.
2nd and goal from the 4.
Yeah, picks up 6.
Bunch receivers, 3 of them down here. Brito wants to throw. He looks, got pressure from the backside. He's going to roll back again, looking. Flag is down, so this will probably come back, and it's caught at the back end of the end zone. Jaron Pierce went up high.
I think this is going to go against Cerritos because
so?
it came out of the it came out of the linebacking core.
The pass is incomplete. Pierce was out of bounds.
Well, let's see if we can see something here on the replay here, Joe. We'll look at it from the end zone camera. And we got a pretty good view of it here. We should be able to get the flag in play here. As Brito. There's the flag.
It might have been was it a chop block or?
Well, it looked like somebody on the line from the right side dove at a defender who had beat him.
Yeah.
Logan.
Jalen Logan.
I
He's
think
having
that's
a great
correct
drive.
call, but I think we both saw that. Because it wasn't something where he fell down and tripped.
No.
He was actually making or trying to engage in a block below the waist.
So that'll hurt as they had 2nd goal from the 4. Now they're looking at 2nd goal from
the 19.
The 19. Wow. So now, again, they'll go to trips on the near side. And by himself on the far side is Lazarick.
Last time in a situation like this, they went to a counter.
And Logan still in the backfield. Brito. There's Logan on the draw. He's at the 20. Jukes one guy. Bounces outside, but he's brought down. Gain of about 4. So 3rd and goal from just inside the 15. So let's see what the Cougars can dial up. Again, this is a spot where you like Schuessler. Big target. Have him go up and get it.
Yeah.
But he is on the bench right now.
Well, let's talk about 4-down situations here. This isn't something where you have to punch it in. UCB has struggled here on PATs and in the field goal game.
Brito looking, fires, and caught on the far side. Marlowe, who's having a ball game. R.B. Marlowe, and what a job by Brito to buy himself some time. Touchdown, Cougars.
He's just dancing around, trying to create some time. I can back up to the 40-yard line because I have an arm like that, and bam, right on the money. That's one heck of a throw. Let's look at it one more time.
Great synergy by Brito, because look at Brito realize he was going to cut it back outside. He threw that ball before Marlowe had turned around. So that's great timing. Marlowe, 2 first-half touchdowns. See if the Cougars go for 2. No, they'll bring UCB on for the PAT.
I think they feel that UCB needs the reps.
I would agree. That one looks pretty good, and it is good. So 6:15 to go in the first half, and the Cougars lead 13-0 over Cerritos Falcons. Nice drive, Mike.
Yeah, very impressive drive, and we talk about the running game really setting everything up there. Miguel Garcia, Jalen Logan, very, very impressive. And Cerritos going to have to respond here. 6:15 remaining in the second quarter, but this game has been thoroughly dominated by the Cougars.
Plenty of time for the Falcons. They have all 3 timeouts. And Bravo got to get something going.
Oh, you talked about it at the top of the broadcast. Bravo coming in and for an injured player on the Cerritos side of it.
Deep is Kelvin Murray and Vincent Brown. $13-0. 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Kickoff coverage has been pretty good. Let's see if UCB continues to try to kick him deep. We've seen him do a little bit of everything this season. Pooch, line drive, trying to find what works best. And this one will go deep. It'll be,
I believe that's Murray.
It is Murray trying to get outside on the far side. And they get run down about the 25. So good coverage again. And Bravo will give it another shot with the Falcon offense.
Well, the best play that we've seen here was the big run from Stevenson, Ramondre.
Yes. What are the other matchups in the conference?
Tonight, it's Moore Park hosting Ventura Santa Monica at Bakersfield.
Bravo will go under center. Q is the running back. He'll drop. He wants to fire, and it's knocked down at the line of scrimmage. And big hit just as he threw, and that was Juice.
Chukwu.
Laying it to Bravo, and that forced a bad throw. Second down on the incomplete.
Yeah, Juice with his speed often has that effect. I believe he has a sack tonight.
He does, as does Gerald.
Well, what were the stats as a team coming in here, Joe? From a sack perspective for COC.
Coming into the ball game.
I know Gerald's amongst one of the state leaders, I believe. I'd say he's top 10.
Definitely. Second down. Bravo, he wants to throw. He's throwing deep, and it's caught. Great catch. And the defender falls down. And Garrett finally dragged down.
Touchdown.
Oh, they're going to call Bobby Brown, dragged him down, but not before he got to the end zone. What a catch by Justin Garrett.
Unbelievable. Look at this catch in traffic. Have yourself a play, young man. Look at that dime there from Bravo.
Couldn't see who the defender was.
Let's see if we can get it here on the replay. I think that was Taylor.
Might be right. And Bobby Brown gets to him just a couple yards too late. Going for two, and it's knocked away. And incomplete, so no good on the conversion. So that'll make it 13-6 Cougars with 5:51 to go here in the second quarter. So big play for Bravo in the Falcon offense.
I mean, hey, we just said they needed to respond in a big way. They do just that. Bravo to Garrett. What was the yardage on that play, Joe? Do we have
75-yard pitch and catch. And the Falcons. So, say what you want where they're at this season. With Frank Mazzota and his 40 years here, they're always going to be well coached. They're always going to compete. And this is a team you don't ever count down for sure.
Yeah. Well, they always seem to have an athlete at their disposal. We talked about Chukwumezi, but how about Garrett? Made a nice play earlier on a ball that was thrown really, really high. Climbed the ladder to get that one. We see him in stride right there. 75 yards for 6. The Falcons on the board.
And talking to Coach Mazzota before the game, he gave me a little bit of interesting info. I'll touch on it after the kickoff. Looks like Khalid Taylor is going to be deep, and he's going to let it bounce, and it goes out of bounds. Good, smart play there by Taylor. But Coach Mazzotto told me that he's probably had 8 to 10 players in the last 2 years who were scheduled to be starters for him. And going into August into camp, he's had 4-year schools come in late and tab them and grab them and take them. So that hurt him again this year. He said he may start 10 freshmen on defense tonight because he lost about 4 starters in preseason to 4-year schools who came in with late offers.
Yeah, two on the defensive line. I believe they had a defensive back that went to Arizona State. And, obviously, congrats to those young men. But, as a coach, you have to keep coaching and doing what you can. And next man up.
Next man up.
Hey, you come in 3-4. You got an impressive win over Golden West earlier in the season. You just never know. You can't go to sleep if you're the Cougars.
Prito drops, fires. Got a man open to Sean Holmes at the 35, and he drops it. So it hit him right in the hands.
That's a really bad drop. I mean, that's a 30-yard play right there, a dime on the money. He's trying to do something with it before the ball gets there.
And you won't see him do that very often.
It's not even a dime. He's wide open. It's a good route. Brito puts it where it needs to be, and he just bobbles it.
Yep. Hit him right in the hands. He did what you were supposed to do and reach out for it, but couldn't grab it. 2nd and 10.
Looked like Stonehands from Necessary Roughness.
And we got some movement from the Cougar offensive line. It should be on the Cougars.
So insult to injury. Not injury, but insult to incompletion, I guess, if you will.
So the Cougars not off to a good start here with a drop and a penalty.
No.
Now they're at 2nd and 15. And you give the Falcons the ball back, they've got some momentum, and it's still a heck of a lot of time. So Schussler will check in for Pierce. And 2nd and 15.
And you got Brandon Pierce in the slot at the top, but Schussler also at the top of the line, lined up as a tight end.
Keelan White back in the ball game at the running back. Brito fires. There's Schussler. He takes a shot again, able to make the reception.
10-yard pickup.
Up to the 40. That'll bring up 3rd and 5. So Schussler with his first reception of the ball game. It was a big one. Get him back in striking range, 3rd and 5 at the 40.
Yeah, 3rd and manageable now here for the Cougars to keep this drive alive.
See if they try to give it to Keelan White here. Who's averaging nearly 9 yards a carry. No, he's going to throw it. Fires, got a man open, and he overthrows him. So Brandon Pierce had the separation from the defensive back, and Brito just missed him.
Yeah, Brito, so good last week. He completed 69% of his passes, 20 of 29, en route to 4 touchdowns, 395 through the air. But I would say, as good as he's been tonight, there's been a couple throws that he'd like back.
Yes, no question. The interception.
And that was one of them.
The interception and the one to Deshaun Holmes that he underthrew that should have been intercepted.
And both of them intended, coincidentally.
For Deshaun Holmes?
No, for Brandon Pierce.
Oh.
The interception was intended for Pierce.
We're not quite sure.
Someone with a last name Pierce, Jaron or Brandon.
Reiner's kick is high on the far sideline. Good job over there.
It's going to be out, I think, at the 25.
I'll run it up to.
No, they'll say the 20.
Oh, wow. 20 all the way up to the 29, nearly the 30-yard line.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So not a great angle there. And the Falcons are back in business. Plenty of time. 5:03 to go here in the second quarter, and they trail the Cougars 13-6.
Don't know if I like that spot there, Joe. I thought it went out 24-yard line.
Tough to tell from here, but that's what I thought as well.
We got a pretty good aerial view of it. Elevated position. And we have replay.
Stevenson, he's in. He'll get the carry. He's running up the left side. He's hit. Falls forward. Ball's on the ground. And that is a fumble, and it's Cougar football. And coming up with it is Henderson.
Well, that's a defense making a play right there. We'll see the replay.
Great job.
Here, well, he absorbs a really, really huge hit here.
DeAndre Henderson. He stripped it. Whoever hit him, that was Alonzo Reeves. Hit him and stripped it. Great job by Reeves, a leading tackler for the Cougars on the season. So that's a big break for the Cougars. And a big miscue for the Falcons.
Not even a break. That's just making a play.
It is. You're right. Not a break. Reeves made it happen. And Henderson with the recovery. Keelan White. Brito's going to give him a little toss to the near side. He tries to get upfield. Run out of bounds about the 46 goes Keelan White.
A little extracurricular there on the sidelines.
Good no call. Good no call.
Yeah,
just break
back
him up.
And forth there.
Yep.
Now, is that referred to as a crack toss?
I don't know. Yeah, are they cracking from the receiver spot?
I don't know.
Picked up just a couple up to the 34
I know
of
they
the
were
Falcons.
doing that on Thursday Night Football with Alex Collins with Baltimore.
Schussler back in the game, trips to the far side. Brito drops, crossing route. He's got Schussler at the 30. He's hogtied up high, I should say, and ridden down right at the marker. I think he might be a little short.
There's a flag on the field, I believe.
And
no.
They're going to give him the first down. So Schussler, second reception of the night, and there he is. He's a tough matchup.
He's a matchup nightmare because he's too fast for backers and safeties, and he's too big for DBs.
And I was walked down on the field before the game, and the Falcon DBs, not a lot of size with those guys, so big matchup problem. 1st and 10, ball spotted at the 26. Little cross. They ran into each other, but White's got it, trying to bounce it outside. He does. He's at the 20, at the 15,
flag.
10, still on his feet, all the way into the end zone, but there is a flag down.
Coming back.
What a great run. 2 flags, actually. So nice run by Keelan White. But
Where's the second flag here? Because Okay, so it's on,
Either
there's one
way,
on the far side. I
unless
think this is coming back.
Unless they were both against the Falcons, this will not be a touchdown. But what a great run. There's the hold right there.
There's the hold. That's going to go against Carlton Lorenz.
Yeah. We could see it from here. So it seems like the Cougars 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
Yeah. Well, we saw a lot of this in the Fullerton game.
Yep.
That they dropped, and obviously a team like Fullerton, you have zero margin for error.
None.
Did not play their best football, but at times they looked like they could hang.
They hung with them first half, and Fullerton only had to play half the field pretty much the entire night. So 1st and 20 back at the 36. Brito fires, and it's caught by Deshaun Holmes, and he's caught him right in stride up near the 15-yard line goes Holmes, and that'll be enough for a first down.
Just a quick slant here. That's just a great job by Brito getting the ball out in a hurry. Decisive throw. He hits Holmes in stride. It's a first down.
You got the safety cheated way left, and the other safety was deep. Good route, good throw.
See it one more time. Ball gets out in a hurry. I don't know what the safety's doing there. He's just backing off. And
we've got a timeout.
Cerritos. Didn't like the matchup.
And we will take one too. SoCal College Sports and College of the Canyons football. We'll be right back.
Remember, everybody, you don't have to be in front of a computer to watch this game live. You can watch the game from your smartphone, tablet, PC, smartphone device. And if you have an Apple TV, Xbox One, if you have a YouTube-enabled device, a set-top box, you can upstream this broadcast to 1080p on our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1.
Cougar Stadium. Joe Soriano, Mike Speta with you as Cougars and Falcons 1st and 10 for COC at the 15 of Cerritos. Brito, he's going to give it to Keelan White, and he's hit and wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage, so nothing doing there. So nice job by the Falcons up front there as White was looking to try to bounce it outside.
Good push up front defensively. Little bit of a hesitation there by White. I think cost him that extra burst. Probably could have picked up maybe 3-4 yards instead of just the 2. All right, well, they're going to say he just got back to the line of scrimmage.
Right, still spotted at the 15. 2:44 and counting. The Cougars lead 13-6. Trips here that in the near side. Brito wants to throw. Looking, he fires. Got a man at the inside the 10. That's Jaron Pierce. There's a late flag that comes in. Did Pierce push off?
Yeah, I wonder if this is going to be a shove off here from Jaron Pierce.
It is.
That's the initial indication here.
Wow.
We'll see it. We have a pretty good angle of it.
So Pierce is number 3 receiver inside there.
Yeah,
oh, wow.
Extended the arm.
A little bit, yeah. But, boy.
See it one more time, and Pierce wards off. And you see the full extension on both angles there. That's just an easy call.
That's what they look for is the extension of the arm, lock the elbow. So back to the 30. So each time the Cougars look like they're marching in, they come up with a big ill-timed penalty.
You know, you can run into the defender and create separation, but you cannot extend an arm. They're going to get you every time. This is free play.
2nd and 25. He's going to go to the far sideline to DeShazer and over the head of everybody, incomplete. So
they're going to get 5 of it back. So 2nd and 20 now coming up for Andrew Brito and company. And why not? Playing with house money there on the free play.
Sure.
East LA on top of West LA. They're at the half, 15-3. Mount Sac 19-7 over Chaffee. They're in the second. Citrus over Santa Barbara earlier today, 31-15. Allen Hancock, 37-27 over LA Pierce. Talked about the big game in the Central. 45-42, Riverside a winner over El Camino. Golden West 56-13 over Orange Coast. And Fullerton, the number 1 team in the nation, 56-10 on the road. They improved to 8-0.
2:04 to go here in the second quarter. Cougars will get 5 of it back. It'll bring up 2nd and 20. Ball spotted at the 25.
Yeah, 2nd and Pacoima for the Cougars.
Schuessler back in. Brito rolls, looking. He fires, and it's out of bounds. It's sailed away from him, looking for Jaron Pierce.
They're going to call an illegal block below the waist here.
Another flag.
Second one tonight, and we're going to see it here on the replay.
Right there, the kind of the.
Was that R.B. Marlowe?
So they're going to talk it over him, but they'll end up marking it back. They're going to decline it with the Falcons, and that'll bring up 3rd and 20. So interesting call there.
Keelan White, the offending party. Yeah, I think you take the down versus the penalty. 3rd and a mile.
UCB has the leg from here, just hasn't shown quite the accuracy.
Yeah. It's like the Nuke Lelouch.
So Brito steps up, he fires, and it's caught, or is it? Nope.
I think that's caught.
Oh, it is. Touchdown. Is that DeShazer?
DeShazer.
Wow.
Brito
Again,
with a bullet.
Brito with a bullet. Double coverage.
Let's see the replay
Safety
here.
over the top. Nope. Single coverage. Great job by DeShazer.
See it one more time. Yeah. We're going to get a really good view of it here, Joe. And DeShazer, the ball's locked up with the defensive back underneath, and, man, what a play.
Really was a great throw by Brito. UCB's kick is no good. Off to the left. Again, he had a couple issues last week with that.
Well, he's had a couple issues here tonight.
19-6 now for the Cougars. DeShazer, one of the kind of the unsung receivers this season, a little bit overshadowed by some of those other guys like Holmes and Pierce and Lazarick. But DeShazer comes in with 4 catches. Check that, 3 catches.
An embarrassment of riches.
Yes.
Not only on the defensive front, but now in the receiving core. R.B. Marlowe, Holmes, and now DeShazer.
DeShazer, 5 catches, 3 touchdowns, making the most of his.
All they do is catch TDs.
So 1:48 to go. Again, 19-6 now. Cougars lead.
And just to clarify, 1:48 to go in the second quarter.
Yes. What'd I say?
How about
First
a shout
half.
out to JVG, John Van Gassen, SID, for Cerritos, friend of the program.
Yeah. Murray is deep. UCB will get it to him right at the goal line. Here comes Murray. He's quick. Makes the first guy miss, but can't make the rest of them miss. I think that was Khalid Taylor. Take a look at the replay. He did a great job making the first guy miss.
Boom. How about one more time here?
Earl English on the kickoff team. How about that? No, Bobby Brown. Number 14, Bobby Brown, the free safety. Great hit. So still time, 1:40 and all timeouts for the Falcons. Bravo and Q Hall in the backfield. Bravo wants to throw. He looks. He fires. It's caught and missed the first tackle. Finishing it up is Alonzo Reeves on the far sideline. So Reeves doing a good job of getting out there.
Not quite the gun of Brito, but Bravo at times is flashing arm.
Sure. He's a freshman, 6'3", 185-pounder from West Covina.
Needs to be a little bit more decisive. Does have it as a lame duck out of his arm. I think we saw that early on, but he's found a bit of a rhythm here, especially after that big play to Garrett.
Picked up 7, 2nd and 3. Bravo will give it to Hall. He's over the right side. He'll have the first down, and finally does a good job of getting out of bounds up near the 35-yard line. First down, Falcons. They'll stop the clock while they set the chains.
I think they're going to stop the clock.
Or actually stop it because he went out of bounds.
Yeah, I think Hall got out.
Spotted at the 35.
Well, 1:25 remaining here in the second quarter. I think if you're Cerritos, you're within striking distance. Any points on the board right now really puts you in a good spot.
Bravo under center. He'll give it to Hall again. He's hit by Juice, and he's able to drag Juice forward a little bit. Pickup of about 4.
Yeah, you don't see that very often.
Clock runs. All 3 timeouts left for the Falcons.
I don't think that's correct. They called a timeout earlier in this half. They should only have 2.
You're right. You're right. They just didn't change it on the board. 2 timeouts for the Falcons. Hall, he's hit, wrapped up, brought down, still on his feet. They finally bring him down. First guy in.
They're going to give him forward progress to the 41.
Juice again. Wow.
Man, Juice gets there in a hurry, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Why is the clock? Oh, the Falcons did call their second timeout of the half. So even a field goal, I think, Mike, here, getting points on the board would be positive going into half because the Cougars get the ball coming out.
Well, what's the long this season in field goals for
35 yards. So they've got a long way to go for that. For Avila.
Yeah, Avila. Well, 35 is a long on the season. I thought Avila had a pretty good leg.
They haven't tried a ton of field goals, I think. 4 or 6?
I saw a kick last week, and he's been pretty good. Pretty accurate anyway. I think, at what point do you make it to where you can give him a chance? You need the 20-yard line probably?
Close, somewhere there. They got a ways to go. It's at the 41, and it's 3rd and 4. Again with this double tight end set.
Yeah, a bit of a heavy package here. If they can't get a first down, do you call a timeout if you're the Cougars?
He wants to go deep. Henderson on the coverage and incomplete.
Looking for Garrett again.
So good job out there by DeAndre.
Yeah, DeAndre.
I want to say hi to the Crater family as well listening. Coach Matt Crater's family. Always loyal listeners.
Viewers
and listeners. So bring a 4th down. So 40 seconds. You got to think about this. If you have maybe a punt block that you practice, now's a good time for it. Now they swap out again and bring the offense back in.
And the sense of urgency here from Coach Iasenda. We've seen a bunch of pooch punches, pooch kicks.
The Cougars, Bobby Brown is kind of dropping off. Now he's going to drop off quite a bit. And it will be the pooch. And he got a good bounce, I think.
Yeah, Bobby needs to stay away from it.
Yeah. And there we go. Inside the 20. So not bad again for Bravo. First down for the Cougars at their own 18.
2 timeouts left for the Cougars, so they're going to have a couple cracks at it.
So Coach has got the offense around him.
Well, you can't win a game at the half, but you can certainly, give a shout out to a couple coffin nails early on.
Yes.
And you can really step on the jugular here as you go in at the half if you're able to put any points on the board.
So 1st and 10 for the Cougars at the 18. Brito, they're going to give a draw to White. He's trying to bounce his way over the left side.
Good diagnosis early by the Cerritos College defensive front.
Should just let it run out now. 20 seconds and counting. They'll get to the half. So the Cougars will let this run out, and they'll be happy with their 19-6 lead here at the half, Mike.
Indeed, Joe, and that will take us to the half. 19-6, Cougars on top of Cerritos. You are watching SCFA Football Week 9 here on SoCal College Sports. Halftime here from Cougar Stadium, 19-6. Cougars on top of the Falcons here, Week 9 SCFA football. Mike Cepeda, Joe Soriano with you, and pretty impressive first time at times for the Cougars, but I thought there were some real missed opportunities.
No question, and a couple of turnovers and things that they just looked not as smooth as we had seen them maybe last week, and particularly Andrew Brito made some phenomenal throws, but also had a couple mistakes. And the one thing, in just looking at the stats, I would like to see the Cougars maybe try to run the football with a little more aggressiveness in the second half. I don't feel like they've given the run game much of a chance here that first half, which you look at Andrew Brito completed or attempted 23 passes. That's a lot of passes in the first half.
Yeah. 23 passes, 14 of 23. Last week he was 20 of 29.
Right,
and
for the
today,
full game.
Yeah, and, I don't really have a problem with, asking a player of Andrew Brito's caliber, especially coming off of the week that he just had, to throw that much in the first half. But I think you're right. 23 is a pretty big clip. But he throws for 3 touchdowns. Pretty impressive there. But the pick was just so ill-advised.
Right. It actually should have been 2.
There should have been 2 picks. He gets away with one of them. But one of the picks didn't know if he was going to Jaron Pierce or Brandon Pierce. It should have been Brandon Pierce underneath. It would have been a first down regardless. He tried to go for a little bit too much over the top, and he throws it right to the defensive back for the turnover. But
and remember, Cerritos did not capitalize on that.
Right.
So they were fortunate in both ways.
Yeah, and then they have the big play from Garrett, Justin Garrett. 5 receptions, 110 yards, and a touchdown. That's just in the first half. For a lot of people, that's a season.
Sure. But you'd like to see Keelan White, only 6 carries in that first half and, averaging nearly 9 yards a carry. You'd like to see him up around, maybe 10 or 11 carries in that first half. So I'd like to see him get an opportunity to get going here in the second half.
I got a feeling Coach Iasen and company are having that same conversation right now as they try to salt this one away here as we start the second half in just a moment. SoCalCollegeSports.com's continuing coverage, SCFA football, Canyons and Cerritos. Right now, Canyons in the driver's seat, 19-6. Back in a moment. We'll touch on some of the stats here in the first half. Jalen Logan had a big first half on the ground for the Cougars. 3 carries, 43 yards, averaging 14-plus a carry. Keelan White, we just spoke about him. Only 21 yards in the first half came in, as Joe Soriano had just talked about, averaging nearly 9 a carry, only 3.5 in the first half. Expect that script to change as we move forward in the ball game. Stevenson for Cerritos, 6 carries for 56 yards. Hall with 6 carries as well, 23 yards. Bravo, 7 of 14, 138 yards, and a big touchdown to Garrett for 75 yards. Canyons deferred as they won the coin toss, and they will receive here to start things off.
Jeremy Lubin deep. Don't think we've seen him deep yet tonight, along with Khalid Taylor.
Taylor and Lubin back. Avila kicks it away. Looking to corner Taylor on the near side. Taylor takes it from his own 3. Taylor up ahead to the 10, makes a move, makes a nifty jump cut to his right, makes a man miss, flag on the field. Got a feeling this one's coming back.
Not a great start.
Well, Joe, sometimes when you see that happen, that type of a cut almost induces a hold.
Right. That's tough. You're trying to hold your block. You're trying to do the best you can for the return man. He's all over the field, and sometimes you get caught.
And indeed, this will come back 10. Flag spotted at the 16-yard line, so spot this to start this drive. Cougars will start from their very own 8-yard line. Holmes, Lazarick, and Pierce trips up top. Brito in the shotgun, hands off. Keelan White. White with a big hole to the left. He'll be brought down after a gain of 6 yards, up head to the 9.
Like to see a little more of that. That's what we talked about.
Just what the doctor ordered. Exactly right. On point, Joe.
6 yards. Or maybe long, short 4. Short 5, I should say.
So trips near side now. Holmes at the bottom of your screen. Holmes with a pretty good first half for you. Another run by Keelan White, and White's going to have a first up ahead to the 20-yard line.
He made a really nice move at the point of attack. If we see the replay, he made a guy miss.
A nice cut back to his right and then to his left. Trips again near side here for the Cougars. Brito back to pass. Plenty of time. Now under duress. He's going to be brought down.
Big sack. You know,
he's down near the 6-yard line. Loss of 15 on the play.
He had a lot of success with that in the first half with the reverse pivot to get away from the pressure, but that time the Falcons had it covered.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to make that move all the time and get away with it. Brito unable to avoid the tackler. So it's a sack for Cerritos. And chance for the Falcons to get out the field. Up the seam, that pass incomplete, intended for Brandon Pierce. Play made in the secondary.
Devin Burrell, the free safety.
So Burrell comes in, makes a play. That would have made it 3rd and manageable. Instead, 3rd and 24 now from their own 6. Well, what do you do here if you're Cerritos? Do you come with a little pressure or only a 3-man rush?
It's tough. Those
Brito's
COC
so
receivers.
hard to bring down. You don't want to sell out. Here comes a draw play to Keelan White. White going to pick up good yardage on the play. Not going to be near a first down. Up ahead to about the 15. There's a fumble on the field. Cerritos indicating that they have it. What's the ruling?
Yes, it is Cerritos'
and
ball.
Indeed. Well, are they going to rule that it was a fumble or was the player down?
One of the officials pointed Cerritos' ball.
Here's White not taking care of the football. The ball's out. Ball was out. You can make a case that his forward progress was maybe stopped, but at first glance, it looked like the ball was out.
Yep, Cerritos' ball. Wow,
and
that's a big break.
Will take over in business at the 15-yard line of the Cougars.
So a very sloppy first series for the Cougars with the sack and now the fumble.
And Keelan White's got to be careful. He's near side, took his helmet off before he got off the field. And, well, from my understanding, that should have been unsportsmanlike right in front of the official.
Might have got away with that.
I believe you're right.
Falcons in business.
So Bravo and company in business at the 15. 1st and 10. Man in motion. Handoff near side. This is Hall. And Hall not much doing there. Maybe picked up a couple.
Dorian Gerald buried him.
Corrali Hall. 2-yard game. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Boy, score here really helped their confidence for the Falcons in the second half.
Yeah, it really changes the dynamic of the ball game if they're able to put some points on the board. Make this a one-score ball game. Put yourself in a position to make something happen here on the road, National Northern Division. Cortez again in motion. Plenty of time for Bravo. Bravo rolling to his right, looking for the end zone, and chucks it out of the back. Nothing there. Good coverage from the secondary of the Cougars.
Big 3rd down.
Well, the longest 35 on the season for Avila.
So they're
within distance here.
They're within that range for sure.
Well, if you get down, it looks like they need the 5. If you get down to the 7 or the 6, what do? I mean, typically up to this point, the play calling's been pretty conservative on 4th down.
Right. Here they go with the 2-back set.
Bravo, nothing there. Pass is incomplete, and he takes a shot.
Alonzo
That's
Reeves.
Alonzo Reeves.
Coming on the blitz, a delayed blitz. Great call. Coach Dan Corbett, the D coordinator from the Cougars. Alonzo Reeves is so active, always around the football.
Well, he's very opportunistic. I mean, when you have the offensive line really worrying about, Juice and Dorian Gerald, you take that little hesitation there, and Reeves is usually able to make a play. We see it right there with a near sack, forces the incompletion. Here comes Avila.
30-yard attempt.
Long on the season is 35. Kick is up long enough, and it's good.
Okay, so they get some points out of it. Positive for the Falcons.
Well, unable to capitalize on the turnover last time on the interception from Brito with a good return. This time, able to cash in a field goal after the fumble from Keelan White. And, well, Joe, if you go back to the run earlier, it just looked like Keelan White not protecting the football. Just goes in,
Sure.
in traffic, just one hand on the ball. It's an easy strip.
I think the Cougars would probably feel pretty good about holding them to 3 as well.
Yeah. That's a win for the defense, for sure, considering where they gave up the ball.
The lead is 10, 19-9.
Remember, everybody, you can catch this ball game on our website, www.socalcollegesports.com, and at our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. Hey, you got an Apple TV, Xbox One. Search our channel, SoCal College Sports 1. Upscale the broadcast to 1080p. Happy you've joined us. Mike Cepeda, Joe Soriano with you on the call here tonight. Triple header on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Ventura at Moore West LA at ELAC. A lot going on, Joe.
All over.
Avila directing or trying to direct this out of bounds. It's going to go out of bounds.
Yep, good job by Lubin. Last time it was Taylor, now Lubin with the smart decision.
Well, Avila's been directing it toward the boundary all night. That's the second time tonight that he's kicked it out of bounds.
So good field position for the Cougars up to the 35.
Yeah, they'll take it for sure. 11:44 to go here in the third quarter.
Let's see him give it back to Keelan White here, restore his confidence, get him refocused on what they're doing. He had 2 good runs the last drive.
Yeah. 2 good runs, and then, of course, the big fumble. Only had 21 yards at the half, and I think they're going to feed the beast. Nope, Brito back to pass. Looking up the seam, has a man. He was looking to throw Pierce open. And, Joe, I think that was a play where Pierce, maybe with a few more reps at wide receiver, would have been a little bit more comfortable on that route.
Yes. And it looked a little bit awkward. You had 2 guys very close together, Deshaun Holmes and Brandon Pierce. Generally, you don't want to see 2 guys that close together.
Yeah, and that's a good throw. I think
Yeah.
Pierce is just late to react there. So trips up top, White in the backfield, early movement from White. That might have been a flag. White up the middle, he's going to gain 5, maybe 6.
Is there a flag? Yep, we're going to bring it back. Oh, no, they're just resetting the
they're not
play
walking
clock.
it back. They're just going to reset the play clock here. And
6-yard gain.
Schuessler comes off. Holmes now, single receiver at the bottom. 3 up top. Holmes is one-on-one. See if Brito sees it. He's brought down on the route. That should be a flag. No laundry on the field yet. Brito going to run outside. He's going to run for first.
Nice job, Brito.
Runs out at the 47. Let's call it the 48-yard line. 1st and 10 Cougars.
Again, hello, Merla and Anthony Brito, his parents listening, watching. Back in New Jersey, Sarah Griner. His girlfriend.
Burrito.
He's quick when he gets going. He can move.
Well, Coach Hyacenda said earlier in the season, not a traditional dual threat quarterback. Obviously, you don't want to run him into the line considering his stature, only about 5'8". But he can make you pay with his feet when need be.
Watch, trying to set up the shovel.
Toss near side. This is Marlowe. Marlowe cuts it back into the middle. They're looking to strip. Marlowe, that looked like that was a punch that missed.
It
Burrell
was
gets a little feisty there after the tackle.
It was not a punch, but like a celebratory fist pump.
A celebratory swipe.
Yeah, swipe.
At midair that almost caught the helmet of
should have
R.B.
been a
Marlowe.
flag, really, because you did get him in the back.
Well, it was close to being a flag.
So they're trying to set up the. Gosh, why do I keep saying that? Set up the shovel with that quick toss.
That's all right. That's a tongue twister. 2nd and 5. Burrito, play action. Near side. Pass complete. This is Jaron Pierce. Fierce. Shakes a tackler. Still on his feet at the 30. 25-20. Up ahead to the 15. He's going to go to the house. Pierce brought down right near the pylon. Let's see if they give it to him. He's going to go right out of bounds near the goal line.
Great touchdown-saving tackle out there.
That's a terrific effort. Watch this play here from Jaron Pierce.
He forced 2 Falcons to run into each other and knock each other down.
And that's one heck of an effort from Jeremiah Gutierrez, saving the touchdown. Might not matter at this point, but you love the effort on the far side.
That Pierce's first catch of the night? Second leading receiver for the Cougars. He's been a bit quiet.
I believe so. I haven't really heard much from Lazarick either. We're going to take a
Timeout.
timeout on the field. This is going to be called by Kansas as the play clock winding down. 1st and goal from the 1 when we come back. Back in a moment here on SoCal College Sports. First and goal at the 1. 9:30 to go here. We're in the 3rd quarter. COC looking to extend on a 10-point lead. Hand up, off in the middle.
I was just going to say, I hope they give it to White.
Yeah, well, they did. Keelan White, touchdown in for 6.
His 9th rushing touchdown on the season, leads the team, and hopefully that's going to keep him going with the momentum he has here in the 3rd quarter.
That's easy money for Keelan White. We'll see the replay here. White plows forward into the end zone. And Usibi a chance to perfect the craft. He's missed 2 extra points tonight. That kick up and good. (26-9). The lead swells here for the Cougars. 9:27 to go in the 3rd quarter. You're watching SCFA Football Week 9, SoCal College Sports. Scores from around the SCFA coming up shortly here. We do have an update in the World Series. Top of the 9th, tied up 1-1. And Seager on with a leadoff base hit.
Justin Turner at the plate.
So for anybody who might be watching this game instead of that one, but want to know about it. One yard deep in the end zone, and this one
Khalid Taylor.
going to be called back. There's a flag on the field in the area where you would likely see a hold.
Nice job by Khalid Taylor.
Taylor again making his presence felt on special teams. Calvin Murray on the return.
See what the call is.
Up ahead to the 24, but where does this come back? The flag was thrown at the 20-yard line, so 1st and 10 from the 10 is where this drive will start out for the Falcons.
(26-9). Falcons' time is not their friend right now. They need to move the chains, get some points.
Yep. So Bravo will go back to work here for Cerritos. Hands off inside. That looks like it's Hall. Hall sheds a tackler, breaks it out to the right, cuts it back, still on his feet, and he'll be taken out of bounds near the marker.
Nice job by Hall because Juice had him in the backfield, and he spun out of it.
Now Hall making a nifty move here. Juice is not an easy man to get away from. Gets away from Juice, also gets away from Alonzo Reeves. They don't give him the first down. It's a short one. 2nd and a short one here for the Falcons. Hand off up the middle. This will be good enough for the first. This is Hall again.
KJ Latou in on the tackle. Haven't called his name much tonight as well, the linebacker.
Corrali Hall. Picks up 5 on 2nd and 1. Move the chains. Trips now near side. Ventura Cortez in the slot for the Falcons. 4 wide in total. Hall again in the backfield. Bravo back to pass. Looking near side has Chuck Wemezi, and Mezi forced out of bounds just as he passed the 30-yard line. He'll get the 31, 7-yard gain, 2nd and 3.
You mentioned Cortez Hall. He had 1 catch, I think, in that first half, and they haven't thrown to him again. He is such a big target.
Yeah, I mean, he presents obviously a matchup nightmare, much like Schussler does. I don't know if he has the nimble of feet as Schussler does, but Ventura Cortez, obviously a game changer if you put him in a position to succeed. Chuck Wemezi, who just made that catch. Haven't really heard a lot from him either. Hall again through a big hole. Good burst through it. It's going to be another first down here for the Falcons. Up ahead to the 38. Another 7-yard gain. And we have breaking news from Houston.
Bellinger just drove in Seager. Dodgers lead 2-1.
All right.
2nd and 3rd, nobody out.
2nd and oh, yeah, well, if the going-ons of the series will tell you they'd like some insurance here. Bravo back to pass, has a man wide open on the far side. Pass is complete, another first down. So 3 consecutive first downs here.
I don't know what happened
That's
over there.
Garrett already over 100 yards at the half. Adds to that total on that catch.
There was nobody near him.
Yeah, he's past midfield, up ahead to the 48-yard line now in Cougar territory. That's a 19-yard gain by my math. Don't quote me, though. I'm not very good. 1st and 10 from the 48 in Cougar territory. Bravo. Feeling it right now. Need a big response to get back into it. Going deep, looking for Chuck Wemezi. Chuck Wemezi with a beat on it. This one's nearly intercepted. Guess who? Khalid Taylor.
Great coverage. I mean, you literally had the receiver going over his back trying to make the catch. So step for step, hip to hip. Great job by Taylor.
Let's look at the coverage here. Taylor just all over him.
And there's nothing there. There's no way you can complete that ball when he's got that coverage.
Well, unless you're throwing to Julio Jones. No offense, Chuck Wemezi, but
I prefer A.J. Green,
Julio
but
Jones,
okay.
he ain't. You know, it's funny because I prefer Julio. Hall again on the carry. He's going to go nowhere this time. And this is not a defense where you can stretch out a run because the speed is frightening on the outside.
Juice and Reeves there to wall him off. They're going to give him a gain of 1. Generous.
I think you're right. Maybe they're going to say that he fell forward, or not entirely sure. But
it was a quick whistle, but didn't look like he got that far.
Well, I wonder at what point does the play calling become non-conservative here?
Right.
Because now you're down by 17. 6:04 remaining here in the third, 26-9. Cougars with a hammer lock on this one. Bravo gets outside of the pocket.
Oh, nice
He's tripped
play.
up by Juice.
What a great play by Juice.
Chukwu makes a play. Terrific pursuit by Juice.
It looked like he was going to get the corner and get the first down.
Yeah, Bravo had a lot of green in front of him. We'll watch the replay here. Bravo rolling out to his left, and Juice just gets there. Look at the closing speed for Chukwu.
Nice job. 4th down. Here we go with the Pooch formation.
Pooch formation. Do they send a man back? Last time they sent Bobby Brown.
Right. Now he's going to.
He trickled back.
I think they think they're going to go for it even out of this formation.
Yeah, I think so too.
They've been trying to set it up, I would imagine.
5 wide. Ventura Cortez in the slot. Bravo is going to throw it to nobody.
Ooh, he took a shot.
Shot at the end. No flag on the field, and you could have made an argument. Eric Banks.
Wow.
Should have been flagged. No flag on the field, and it's a turnover on downs. It'll go back to Andrew Brito and company, and the Cougars take over.
Nice job. That was a big play by Juice to keep him from getting that first down.
And Bravo just looks like he had some miscommunication with his intended receiver. So he was trying to throw his man open, much like we saw in the pass attempt to Brandon Pierce earlier in this quarter. 5:10 remaining, third quarter, 26-9 Cougars all over the Falcons. Joe Soriano looking for an update on the game. Game 4 of the World Series, Dodgers looking to even things up. Brito, meanwhile, looking to add to the lead here for the Cougars. Brito back to pass.
Logan's
Has
wide
a man
open.
In the slot.
Oh, what a catch.
One-handed catch by Logan.
He was wide open. He almost missed him. What a great catch.
Jalen Logan. Let's watch this one more time. Man, the throw wasn't great. The catch was. Wow.
Cougars trying to hurry it up here.
Man, what an effort there by Logan. Huge chunk play up ahead to the 27-yard line of the Falcons. The Cougars looking for the jugular here in the third quarter. Brito back to pass under duress. He's going to be sacked. Big hit taken past the 40-yard line. Will they give him forward progress? They will to the 39.
Again, he went to the reverse pivot, and again, it didn't work this time.
12-yard loss on the play. That's a big play, a big response by the defense for Cerritos. Coming up on the 4-minute mark here in the third quarter. Lazarick one-on-one up top. Brito looking up the seam, has Jaron Pierce. Pierce completed. Makes a tackler bounce off of him, looking to make another one bounce off. He'll be awarded forward progress up ahead to the 21-yard line. Third and manageable coming up as they need the 17.
It's a nice chunk to get that back.
It really is.
Very manageable third down now.
And Pierce is a player. You talk about you talk about a grinder. Trying to keep that play alive, do what he can for his team, see if we can pick up a first down here on this drive. Keep it going. Brito. Plenty of time on the play clock. Cougars trying to salt this one away. Jalen Logan now to the left of Andrew Brito in the shotgun. Handoff inside. This is Logan. Logan cuts it back up the middle. Up ahead to the 19. He'll be short of the first.
Interesting situation here. UCB's been a little unsteady.
I think they knew this is 4-down territory all the way. There will be no pooch kicks here. UCB, as you said, probably with enough leg, just probably not enough accuracy to attempt this kick. So they'll go for it here. Brito with the snap, has a man wide open. This is complete to Jaron Pierce yet again. Pierce has had a huge second half here for the Cougars, as it's going to be 1st and goal now here, down to the 3.
Nice job by Pierce.
Good job by Brito.
Yes.
Just take what the
Finding
defense
the
is
guy,
going to give you. Doesn't try to overthrow it. Completes it with a nice touch on it. Hey, let's
1st and goal.
let Jaron Pierce do the rest. Pierce will come off. Logan again in the backfield. Short shotgun for Brito. Handoff goes to Logan. Logan to the house. Touchdown, Cougars.
Logan putting the work in. Gets the reward.
32-9 extra point pending here. And the Cougars pouring on the gravy in the 3rd quarter, 2:10 to go. Joe, do we have any updates here?
Still 2-1, but the bases are loaded in the top of the 9th with 1 out.
Bases are
Puig struck out. Oh, that kick.
CB.
Good.
Kick is up
With
and
the
good
pressure.
under duress. 33-9. Back in a moment. SoCalCollegeSports.com's continuing coverage, SCFA football week 9. (33-9). This is going to be a touchback as Murray thought about bringing it out. First, Cerritos elects to take a knee, and Falcons will take over at their own 25.
How many return? Murray's had a ton of returns tonight.
A lot of returns. Not really much doing there. I haven't
No.
really seen a huge one or haven't break a huge one.
Good job on the kickoff coverage team.
No, I want this over.
So Bravo will go back to work.
Pass 11.
Had a pretty good rhythm on that last drive. Completes here. It's going to be a minimal gain.
Tackle 27.
Khalid Taylor on the tackle.
Second 28. Cerritos 28.
Karali Hall
That's far enough. That's fine.
on the reception.
Sack fly.
Dodgers get another one across, Mike, on a sack fly by Austin Barnes. Take a 3-1 lead. Top of the 9th. 2 outs.
Run 6.
Handoff goes to Vincent Brown, and Brown going to be swallowed up, and it's going to be third and long. Third and long, a short 8, a long 7, if you will.
Lonzo Reeves and Chris Fainga.
Alonzo Reeves, I'm shocked. So third, they're going to give him an extra yard. So 3rd and 6 now. Back to pass. Bravo looking to direct traffic. He's just going to have to chuck it out of bounds. We like to multitask here at SoCalCollegeSports.com. So 4th down, and this is a no-brainer here, Joe. Got to punt it. 49 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. 33-9. They're trying to stop the bleeding.
Brandon Pierce and Leroy DeShazer are deep. Timeout Cerritos right before the quarter. That's interesting.
Cerritos is going to take a timeout. Meanwhile, it's 6-1 in the top of the 9th. The Dodgers now with a 5-run lead. What happened
Did
there?
Jock Peterson go deep?
He goes yard.
Oh, we got some prop bets here.
Jock Peterson.
Well, Jacques with a moon ball.
Oh, he tomahawked it. Jock Peterson busting it open. Get ready for some Kenley Jansen, Astros.
They might not even need him. I wouldn't take the chance, though. At the half, Ventura on top of Moore Park, 28-14. And I got to tell you, Moore Park was pretty stout last week. They were very impressive for a team that came in, considering their record coming in.
Right.
They grinded out a pretty impressive effort last week in a loss right here on SoCal College Sports here at Cougar Stadium.
Oh,
4th and
almost.
6,
Oh,
and
it
that
is
one's
blocked. Bobby Brown with the block.
Bobby Brown comes up with a huge block. We'll see the replay here on the block. No, that's Bobby Brown coming right through. Really uncontested.
It's interesting. They did a shift where they brought everybody over to one side.
Yep.
Cerritos, and that left Brown over there.
Yeah, Cerritos did not account for it very well.
Wow, Cerritos gets to keep the ball.
Because a
It
Canyons
was
player
blocked,
touched
and
it.
then they touched it. Yep. Wow.
Well, it was blocked, and then they touched it, but it wasn't. Well, okay, I guess, yeah.
Do you have to?
Doesn't
yeah,
matter. Can't touch it. Well, if you touch it, you have to
possess it.
possess it. I thought the rule was if you don't catch it past the first down marker, well, I guess that
Yeah.
wouldn't apply unless it was muffed. Yeah.
So
it
the
goes-
Falcons will get another shot.
So a bit of a break there. Near disaster. It could have been 6 the other way. Instead, they get possession back with a new set of downs. 38 seconds to go here in quarter number 3. Bravo. Play action over the middle of the field. Chuck Wemezi can't come up with it.
Tough throw, rolling to your left, thrown back across your body.
Yeah, Chuck Wemezi nearly came up with a reception. Didn't really have a lot of juice behind that one, did Bravo. And we're going to see a quarterback change here, it looks like. No? Thought for a second they were going to bring somebody in. Instead, Bravo just going to the sideline to get a play. 2nd and 10 now. Clock stopped on the incompletion. One receiver each side.
Oh,
Handoff, and this is going nowhere. This is going to be
Banks
blown up.
or Earl English.
English in
that
the
was
backfield
English.
in a hurry.
Earl English unblocked.
You know that rule of the punt?
What you?
Our side of the line, so it's flag football now.
After it goes past the line of scrimmage.
And English just gets there so quick.
It's just another one of those DNs that is just so tough to block. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter, Mike.
So we head into the 4:33-9, and Cougars will look to salt this one away in a quick 15. Coming up, SoCalCollegeSports.com.
I've been more impressed by some of the takes, some of the black and wild things seen out of them. Now, for all the changes, here's one of them for Dave Roberts. Kenley Jansen was blue to save in game 2 when Roberts asked him for a 6-out save. He comes into the ballgame. A couple of moves that Dave Roberts didn't make coming into this game tonight stand out. And tries to punt. The play is made by Seeger. What a play. And then dug out on the other end by Cody Bellinger. One pitch, one out, and Seeger was the only guy over there. The only reason he made that play is he anticipated it. See how he started coming in once he saw the angle of the bat change? Seeger, a shortstop, playing through his position, not in the shift. He's kind of medium.
Back at Cougar Stadium, we get ready to start the fourth quarter, and it's 3rd and 15 for the Falcons. Again with the rush. He tries to dump it out flat to Bravo, and it's incomplete. 33-9, the Cougars lead here. And the punt team, or what appears to be the punt team, will come on.
Again, some scores from earlier today. Fullerton a big winner over Palomar 56-10. Orange Coast goes down to Golden West 56-13. Riverside in a close one 45-20. Huge comeback, falls just short for El Camino. They score 20 in the fourth, but go down by 3 at home. Allen Hancock a winner over L.A. Pierce 44-34.
That one was almost blocked. Fair catch by DeShazer, but great field position for the Cougars up at their own 47.
Citrus a winner over Santa Barbara 31-15. College of the Desert, San Diego Mesa 10-all. They're at the half. Ventura on top of Moorpark 28-14. Start of the third quarter. Bakersfield all over Santa Monica at home 31-0. 35-7. Mount Sac on top of Chaffee. Saddleback all over Grossmont 42-14. They're at the half. ELAC 35-3 blowing out West LA.
Here comes the Cougar offense with 14:50 to go here in the ball game. Keelan White back in, trips to the far side. Holmes down here all by himself. Here is White over the left side. He's at the corner. He's going to come back. He's at the 40, 30, up the sideline. 10, cuts back and gets knocked into the end zone, but it's all for naught.
Not going to matter.
Another excellent run brought back.
Thwarted by a flag. Well,
The hold.
see it on the end here. I think this is going to go against Garcia. Well, going to go against Garcia, or was that Holmes?
So White's been waiting to get untracked all night. Thought he had it there.
Yeah, that's going to go against Garcia.
So 10 yards from there, it'll bring up 1st and 20.
2 gone here, bottom of the ninth.
2 down.
2 down, up 6-1. Well, if you're a Dodger fan, have a day.
Springer wanted all of that. So 1st and 20, and White will come out. Logan checks in. Contact again right there by the nose guard.
Yeah, this can be 5 in favor of the Cougars.
Now make it 1st and 15.
Surprised to see Brito still in here. I'm surprised they haven't gone to Blackshear yet. Like, see,
We thought that last week too, and we never did see him.
Well, I think
Oh,
it was
we
a little
did-
bit more
he did
precarious last week versus Moorpark.
He did come in. Yep.
We saw him at the tail end of it, but
Yep.
just the start of the fourth quarter here. So
This will be Logan trying to bounce outside. Cuts back. Nice cutback at the 45 for another cutback. Ridden down, but up near the 32-yard line of the Falcons. So Logan's having himself a night.
we'll see the replay here. Logan gets the edge and gets there in a hurry, turns it upfield for a nice gain.
Good block on the edge there. So White will check in as Logan checks out. Trips to the far side.
This one's faster. 2 pitches ahead. Jesse's trying to savor it.
Brito rolls, wants to go back, screen back here to Holmes, and another missed block, so Holmes will get tackled for a loss. Man, the Astros just hit a ton of home runs. It's amazing.
They hit another one?
Hit another one.
Unbelievable. Bregman,
Unreal how many home runs they hit.
second home run of this World Series. First one was off of Kershaw in the first game of that series. The only run scored in that game.
Loss of about 2.
Yeah, if you're Jeremiah Gutierrez, you might want to hold off on the celebrating. You're down 33-9.
Yeah. Actually, they'll call it second and 11 at the 34.
He doesn't know numbers and that they're losing.
Brito drops. He's got time. He's got all kinds of time. Looking. Fires. Incomplete. Wow, he had a lot of time.
That's pretty good coverage there by the secondary of Cerritos.
Yes, to have that much time.
We stepped out of bounds. So it's quarterback run. Yeah. Run 12 out of bounds at the Cerritos 38.
Third down now for Brito. Fires. Wide open. It's caught. That's Deshaun Holmes at the 20-15, down near the 10-yard line. Nice throw by Brito.
He put a lot into that throw.
Yes, he did.
Look
Stepped
at this
into it.
bullet from Andrew Brito. Man. Kid can flat spin the football.
First and 10 just outside the 10. Can still get a first. Keelan White, he cuts back. Now he bounces back outside. Bangs its way forward up to, see where they spot it at the 4 or 5. Good hard run by Keelan White, but is that him that's still down? I believe it is. That's not good.
Yeah, White took a bit of a shot at the end here.
He's holding his left knee.
See if we can see something on the replay here. White, does he get twisted around here?
Tough to see.
He just gets rolled up on by a massive amount of players, and you just hope that young man's okay.
Immediately on the scene is Dr. Carzell, the team doctor for the Cougars, orthopedic surgeon. And Keelan White is up, limping significantly, but at least he's up on his own. So Logan will replace White. They spot it at the 4, first or second. They can still get a first.
Logan's been the better back tonight. No argument about it. And White with the fumble. You hope he's okay and be able to redeem himself next week.
They'll need him moving forward.
Absolutely.
Run 26.
Logan burrowing his way. Stopped and driven back. He will be short of the first.
Yeah, they'll give him the 3-yard line.
Gonna be
They
third
need the
down.
2.
(33-9), Cougars lead. Third and about 1. Logan now lined up behind Brito. Brito's going to keep it. He's got some room. He'll walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Andrew Brito. And that should do it. So good read there. Everybody went inside with Logan, and Brito walked in.
It's a great job by Brito on the sell.
Nice job up front.
Yep.
UCB on. Another PAT attempt. UCB kick is low and no good, so struggles continue for him.
Third one tonight.
So that'll keep it at 39-9 with 11:24 to go here in the fourth quarter. So the Dodgers finish off the Astros 6-2, even up the series 2-2.
That one's in the book. This one likely in the books. A W in the win-loss column for the Cougars.
Cougars still
11-24 and counting.
outside shot at the conference championship, or at least a share of.
Well, obviously they got to take care of business at Santa Monica. You have to feel pretty comfortable about a win there. But then you got the big one at home, final week of the regular season versus Bakersfield, and you'll know exactly what you need during leading up to that game, as Bakersfield will take on Ventura next week. We'll have that game for you at VC.
And Ventura College finishes the season with
Cerritos, I believe.
Cerritos, okay. As you said, Mike, Cougars travel down to Santa Monica next week for a 1 p.m. kickoff.
Yep.
We will not have the stream there. But that always is a little concerning. Travel time.
Throws off the rhythm a little bit.
They'll have to get up early, leave early.
Athletes are a creature of habit. And, you play a bunch of 6 o'clock games throughout the season, and then all of a sudden, you got a 1 o'clock game, early start.
That's probably 8 o'clock leave here, something like that. College kids like to sleep in.
Yeah.
So a nice kick by UCB, deep into the end zone. Falcon offense will come back down by 30. 11:24 to go.
Well, Bakersfield made the mistake of instilling a little confidence into the Falcons last week, and they had to rally to win that game. Kudos to the coaching staff here for the Cougars. They jumped on top of the Falcons early, and obviously that was by design. There was a sense of urgency here tonight coming out of the gate. Bit of a lull after that,
right?
But seemed to really right the ship here, and obviously with the score 39-9, really doing and getting the job done here at home in Week 9 of the SCFA.
There's a little dump off to the big tight end, Kevin Ventura Cortez.
I'm just surprised they have not been able to get him open in space more. He's a matchup nightmare, as we've talked about.
So bring a first down for the Falcons. They move it up to the 31. Bravo in the shotgun. He's going to fake it, roll into his left, got pressure from the backside. Boom! Oh, holy cow. And down goes Bravo. And that was a big hit by Dorian Gerald coming from the backside that caused the fumble. And I did not see who recovered it. Watch this. Bravo just had no idea that Gerald was coming. Watch this. Full head of steam is Gerald. Wow. And completely upended Bravo. Didn't see who the recovery was, but another sack for Dorian Gerald, and he's at 10, I believe, on the season. The speed is not. Amazing. So the offense will check back in, and now we've got Darren Blackshear at the quarterback spot. He is the sophomore from Ridgefield up in Bakersfield, the left-hander. Got to fill a couple spots as they go to some of the backups. In at running back also is Justice Onu out of Golden Valley. So little personnel issues, and the Cougars will call a quick timeout. 39-9 they lead, 10:43 to go. Cougars have looked very impressive at times, but have made some mistakes as well. So we said a little bit of a sparse crowd because of that Dodger game, I'm sure, and Halloween and costume parties and whatnot. But a good performance here by the Cougars tonight. After tonight, 2 weeks left in the season. They travel to Santa Monica next week and then host Bakersfield for the finale. So now it looks like they're set with the personnel. Onu in the backfield with Blackshear. It'll be Onu over the right. He's hit immediately and dropped. So he may lose a yard on that play. Bring up 2nd down and 11. Blackshear played quite a bit in the early part of the season, but since Andrew Brito really kind of took over the job. Blackshear takes the snap. He's going to fire on a free play, and he overthrows, incomplete. He was looking for number 19, Junpei Dobashi, freshman from Alemany. But there was a flag down. Should be offsides. Blackshear, 14 out of 29 in the season, 186 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. So they got the quick count again, got him to draw offsides. It must be the 5th or 6th offsides call they've drawn on Cerritos. A little bit of a celebrating going on the Cougar sidelines right now. They'll move it all the way up to the 12-yard line, 1st and 10. Still Blackshear. And Justice Onu. Trying to get set here. Blackshear is going to fake it, going to keep it himself looking. Now he's going to tuck it away. Gets tripped up. It looked like he had some room there, but just got shoelaced, and down he goes. Spotted at the 13. He's going to lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
Stairs, no joke here, Joe.
No, they're not.
It's better than Veterans Memorial, that's for sure.
Blackshear rolling right, wants to come back left. Overthrows. He was looking for. That was Lubin, but Blackshear had to go high to get it over defender and incomplete. Bring up 3rd down. It's good he's getting some game time reps and getting to throw the ball a little bit.
You just can't replace game speed.
Twin receivers on each side.
Credit to this defensive line. You know, they get a pretty good push.
Sure. Blackshear throws, and behind the receiver, incomplete. So I'll bring up 4th down. Let's see what they decide to do. He was trying to go to Jamin Sorono.
Here comes Eusebi.
Here comes Eusebi. He'll get another opportunity. It'll be a 30-yarder from the left hash.
Well, you can make up for the 3 missed extra points right here.
Sure. There's no question about his leg. He's got the leg strength, you know, to kick 50 plus.
Yeah.
His timing just looks a little off. That one is low again, and that's no good. So, yeah, some work to be done there, and you never know. Against Bakersfield, you're going to need him.
Bakersfield, the playoff game, you're for sure going to need him. What if you end up in the SCFA Final Four?
Yeah.
Like we said, this team that went toe-to-toe with Fullerton for a half, and they're the best team in the country. very respectable versus Ventura, even though, albeit it was a loss. But
Yep. It's confidence builder. No
Seals is a
question.
player
No
here in the
question.
North.
So the missed field goal will give the Falcons the ball back at the 20. 9:22 to play. 39-9 the Cougars lead. Q Hall and Isaiah Bravo. He wants to throw out here in the flat. It's caught by Garrett, and he's ridden out of bounds. And late. And 2 late flags come in.
That's a bad flag. I mean, you just don't need it. Damon Lemon, just
So 2 guys had him wrapped up, and it looked like one of them decided to, I don't know if he threw him to the ground. Anyway, it's going to be 15 tacked on to the end of the reception.
I mean, not that it's going to have any effect on the outcome of this game, but you just don't need it. You have to. I mean, it's a product of discipline. And what's the discipline been here in 2017? What are we at? Rolling up and down the field.
Right. Exactly. So we see Keelan White down on the sidelines. He's on the bench, not being tended to. So I'm hoping that's a good sign. But
well, they don't need him on the field.
You almost think maybe you sit him next week if he's still sore.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's a game against Santa Monica. Santa Monica, having a tough season. They went out today and put up another bagel. Dropped one last week to Ventura, 55-0. It's a program that's struggling as they make the transition from the American to the National Conference, and they're going up against some big boys. And next week is going to be an opportunity for the Cougars to get some reps for guys who wouldn't normally get them.
Right. Johnny Morrison for the Cougars, the linebacker, in on that tackle for a loss of 5, 2nd and 15. Going to give it to Q Hall, and he's forcing the backfield, and down he's going to go, and that was Earl English. So Earl English has had himself a ball game as well.
He really has. I'd be interested to see what is English at in terms of total tackles.
Surprised he's even in the ball game still, but he's going to get his. Bring it back to the 30.
English and Reeves have been all over the place.
3rd and a mile.
Helmets on fire throughout the ball game.
Gerald as well.
Yep. Gerald always plays with an incredible motor.
Bravo looking, fires out, and incomplete. Player was covered, nowhere to go with that. And that'll bring up 4th and long. What time do we get? When do we get to a running clock?
I don't know. This is an NJB.
39-9, the Cougars lead it. They will bring on either the punt team or the pooch team or the quick kick team. They bring in Jaron Pierce to receive. Now they run him off because they had 12. Now they've got, and it is quick kick. Eusebi's down there. He picks it up on a bounce, breaks 2 tackles, and then goes down up near the 44-yard line. So Eusebi taking a little bit of a gamble, but it pays off.
Ventura pulling away at Moore Park, 42-20. Bakersfield, it's a final versus Santa Monica, 48-0.
Ouch.
51-7 Mount Sac on top of Chafee. Saddleback in command, 42-17 versus Grossmont. ELAC, it's a final. They hold serve against West LA at home, 35-17. 35-6. Pasadena over LA Southwest. Glendale trying to get off the schneid. They lead Compton by 8, 21-13. And Long Beach in the 4th, up by 7, 26-19. LA Harbor trying to score a huge upset in the Central. That could really put a wrench in things for the Vikings. And that is their homecoming.
And maybe not help the Cougars in the process.
Yeah, exactly.
As far as a quality win.
They drop that game. Quality of that win goes down
quite a bit.
Yeah.
So this one goes against the Cougars. It'll be 1st and 15. Blackshear is your quarterback. The new running back is Forrest Carter. And it will be Carter over the right side. He's got a hold at the 40, 45, 50, 45, 40. Cuts back, looking for a block. Down he goes, but not before he's down to the 37 or 38-yard line.
Yeah, Murray brings him down
the
from
Falcons.
behind.
And what an excitement for the Cougar sidelines. See some of these backups getting a chance to do their thing. First and 10 at the 38 for the Cougars. I'd give it to him again.
Why not?
And they do. And he's got a big hole again, 35-30, 25-20. All the way down inside the 15 goes Carter. Where's this guy been?
I don't know. 23-yard gain on that one.
Forrest Carter from Taft High School in the birthplace of football, Canton, Ohio, or at least the Hall of Fame.
Look at this hole.
Another first down. Spotted at the 14, I believe. Same exact play. Again, gain. Carter running back. Takes it up near the 5. Will be just short of the first. Keep feeding him. He deserves the touchdown.
How about the birthplace of some well-deserved playing time for Carter moving forward?
Yeah, right?
He's tired now. Look at him.
Yes.
What's the story? What's the story for a young Curtis Martin? Bill Parcells was upset with his young running back earlier in his career, Hall of Fame running back, and Parcells. He wanted to work on his conditioning, so he just kept on running.
Yeah. Now Blackshear's going to keep it himself. He'll be up near the first down, and I think we'll have a first down. It'll be first and goal at the 4. Clock runs 5:50. See if they run the same play the other way now. Blackshear's got it himself. He's trying to get outside. Cuts back, puts his head down, reaches.
He's in.
Didn't get it. They're going to spot him at the 1. It was close, but I think his knee was down. Second and goal.
Yeah.
He tried the reach.
Well, he tried to reach, but when he put his elbow down, I think his elbow hit the turf before the ball got across the plane.
Now it's Carter. Carter is in. Touchdown, Forrest Carter. Getting a little chippy out there.
It is. Well, Cerritos with a nice win over Golden West earlier this season. So, I mean, obviously, that will factor in, come committee time at the end of the season. Right now, it's about style points. If you're Cerritos, this is already a bit of an embarrassment, 45-9, and the Cougars looking to pour on even more.
UCB on for another attempt. Hits the upright and no good. Wow. Now I think it's a mental thing now, Mike.
Yeah, it's in his head.
He needs to kick about 1,000 balls this week.
Just a tough circumstance, and I believe we did see somebody come in for a place kick last week that also missed.
Yes.
So
45-9. 4:55 or 4:56 to go.
Cougars have the W and a vice in this one.
He's had pretty good success on his kickoffs tonight.
Yep.
Isn't the Long Beach coach, wasn't he the coach at Harbor and left there to take the Long Beach job? I'm almost pretty sure.
I want to say he was maybe at El Camino. Is either El Camino
Oh,
or
you know what?
Harbor. No. It was L.A. Harbor.
Yeah,
Because Featherstone was at El Camino.
right. Here's UCB's
That's right.
kick. This one is back in the end zone. Dropped, fumbled around, rolling around in the end zone. Now I don't know why he's trying to run it out.
We have to get it out. This can be safety.
I don't think he caught it and
Touchback?
I don't think he ever crossed the line. All he had to do was grab it and take a knee. It'll still be a touchback.
Yeah, they're motioning for a touchback.
So we'll be here back in 2 weeks
2 weeks
for the
versus
season
Bakersfield.
finale
Yep.
against Bakersfield with most likely a lot on the line.
Like Coach, you were referring to earlier in our conversation about Long Beach and L.A. Harbor, Brett Peabody.
Brett Peabody.
Also a friend of SoCal College Sports.
Quarterback number 4.
New QB. That's
Connor
gonna be
Crook.
Connor Crook.
The son of Long Beach City baseball coach.
Los Alamitos High, 6'3", 205.
I was going to say, the name sounded familiar.
But the Cougar defense will have none of it.
Is it Casey Crook? His father? Head coach-
440 in county.
Head coach, I believe, for the Long Beach City College men's baseball team. Also a friend of SoCalCollegeSports.com.
2nd and 11 after the 1-yard loss. Crook will go under center. Give it to Q Hall. He's over the left side. Not much doing there either. Pick up about 3. And they'll mark it at the 33. It'll bring up 3rd and 7. Cougars rushing 4. Crook wants to throw, fires out left, and nobody out there. So a little miscommunication, and incomplete brings up 4th down.
3:26 to go here in the 4th. This one likely in the bag. 3:26 merely a formality at this point. Well, a big win for the Dodgers in Game 4 of the World Series. They tied up now a best of 3, and you get Clayton Kershaw in Game 5. I think the question right now is, do you run out Darvish in Game 7, or do you go back to Wood?
How about Hill?
Well, Hill's going to start Game 6.
Oh, you're right. Against Verlander.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll bring out Kershaw in back-to-back
faithful
games.
Dodger fans.
I say they
There
go
you
to
go.
Hershiser. That would be my call.
bring out the old Bulldog.
Here's the punt. We're going to let it bounce.
Jaron Pierce selects to let this one take a Falcon bounce.
Up around the 26 is where they'll spot it. 3:13 to go.
It's a final. 26-19, Long Beach a winner over L.A. Harbor.
Yeah, that'll be a good question what they do if there's a Game 7. Blackshear will come out again. The new running back now is 36, Nelson James, the freshman from Hart High. He fumbles it, and it's
That's a rough start.
Yeah, looked like looked like the Falcons may have gotten it. And they do. So Nelson James having a little trouble there with the
The exchange was just a little botched.
Yep.
I mean, is that on Blackshear for not really putting that into the chest, or
Tough to tell from that angle, but
that's tough?
I don't think he ever had it.
Well, you come in cold, and oftentimes you'll see exactly
Yep.
that.
Nelson James, I don't think he's even carried the ball all season.
I don't remember calling his name. Obviously, we haven't done every single game
Right.
for COC. Hopefully that changes next year.
That would be great. I think he was hurt early in the season as well. Crook wants to throw. He does out there in the flat, and it's in and out of the hands of his receiver. A little low, a little outside.
Kirk a little timid in terms of his delivery. Needs to be a little bit more decisive, get the ball there quicker.
In actuality, he's the third-string quarterback.
Yeah,
Davis was hurt.
coming in. Quentin Davis.
45 is a Fresno State bounce back.
Yep. Out of St. John Bosco.
Trips to the far side for Crook. Throws to the far side, and that one's caught. Backed up right at the marker. Let's see where they give him the spot.
I think he reestablished it. If they reestablished it, should not be forward progress.
And spot it at the 14. And that is
7.
for first down. 1st and 10 at the 14. Crook to Brown. Brown's barreling his way forward. Up near about the 8, it looks like.
Well, Joe, let's get the thank yous out of the way here while the time ticks down here in the fourth quarter. Obviously, first and foremost, Jesse Munoz, SID here, Sports Information Director for College of the Canyons. He's really a big part of what makes this broadcast as successful as it has been throughout the season. Chad Peters, Chuck Lyon.
All the way up, yep.
Just everybody. Coach Iacenda, Ted Iacenda, head coach for College of the
And
Canyons.
Jesse's staff up here.
Yeah,
they
the
do
staff
a
up
great
here has
job.
been fantastic. I mean, just in terms of relaying information to us, whether it be balls on the deck. I think they're going to rule that this
Rule
is
it down.
Information either pertaining to this game or the World Series. They do a good job.
Exactly. The important stuff. It's great to see the Cougars getting everybody a chance to play tonight. Timeout. You got to be kidding me. Coach Mazzota called a timeout. Very interesting.
Well, let's turn the page forward here. Next week coming up, we will have basketball on SoCalCollegeSports.com. It'll
Get
be
into
the
that.
James Ennis VC We Play Hard tournament, Antelope Valley and Pasadena. The 1 o'clock game. We'll have the 7 o'clock game as well, featuring Ventura College, the host school. Friday, we will have the semifinals coverage of that tournament. Games at 5 and 7 p.m. And then next week, football and basketball possibly on Saturday, Bakersfield at Ventura. That will have huge implications as to what happens moving forward in the National North. Also have Alan Hancock at Antelope Valley. I will have the call there for you from Antelope Valley College. And then 2 weeks from today, on the 11th of November, Bakersfield comes in here to Cougar Stadium, and we're going to have a war.
What time is the VC Bakersfield game next week? 6?
6 o'clock.
Handoff to Brown. I have a question. I wonder if could be a tight, but I wonder if Coach I and some of the staff would try to get up there to catch some of that game because
Wouldn't shock me.
they have a 1 o'clock kickoff.
Wouldn't shock me.
Their bye week, I was talking to him. He went to 2 games during his bye week. He got a chance to watch both Ventura and Cerritos.
Yeah.
Or check that.
During the Thursday night game. Right. Or-
Yeah, but that Saturday he went and watched a Cerritos play and Moore Park play. So 4th and 1, excuse me. Crook, turn, Brown, and should be enough for the first. Let's see where they spot it. Oh, he might be a little short. And no, it's a turnover on downs. Cougar football. So one snap, and that'll do it for this ball game. They close it out nicely. 9 points to, a bit of a banged-up Cerritos team, but always dangerous, well-coached. And the defense tonight was very impressive.
They came in banged up, but College of the Canyons did exactly what they needed to do, and then some. They cleaned some stuff up in the second half. Brito was a little better. Obviously, he was really good in the first half as well, throwing 3 touchdowns. But like we said, a couple of bad decisions. And hey, he's only a freshman, and he's got a very good pedigree as a football player, and just can't tell you how excited I am for that young man and his career moving forward.
Absolutely.
The 4-year school that signs him up will have one heck of a football player at their disposal.
There'll still be a little bit of a stigma attached because of his size, but like you said,
kid's a winner.
You got to take a shot and could pay off big.
Kid's a winner. He's just a really good quarterback. I mean, hey, look at Drew Brees. Drew Brees isn't all that big.
Nope.
And
that's going to do it as they wind it down. Coach Isenin and Coach Mazzota will meet in the center of the field. Final score 45-9. The Cougars beat Cerritos in a dominating fashion. And we've already talked about everything at Santa Monica next week, 2 weeks back here for Bakersfield. And should be a great end of the season, Mike.
And that'll do it for our coverage here on SoCal College Sports. Thank you for watching, everybody. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. And visit the website, www.socalcollegesports.com. You want to tweet at us, let us know how we're doing. Let us know at SoCal College SPO. For Joe Soriano, I am Mike Zapata signing off. We'll see you in 2 weeks here from College of the Canyons.